Gannon, I promise it's the last time I'm going to ask you. I'm just freaked out, okay? Are you sure you didn't do it on purpose?
Yeah, I wanted to come.
She keeps threatening me. Stop. Well, she keeps threatening
Stop!
me.
I am Letecia Stauch, which is Gannon's stepmother.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of our deep dive into the Gannon Stauch case. As always, this is part of a series, and a fairly long series at that. So if you're new here, please click the link above or go to the playlist on my channel to start at episode 1. Now, the playlist is set to play from the very first episode onwards, so everything is in order. But a wonderful viewer has asked if I could also number the episodes individually, so I have gone and done that also. So there has been a bit of a delay in getting this episode out, as some of you know from my community tab, but we left the last video at the end of the 14th of February and discussed the pretext calls between Letecia and Al that day. In this episode, we're moving on to the 15th of February, which means listening to yet more of Letecia's vile lies and bad attitude. I know some of you listen to these videos while you're commuting, cleaning or gaming, but for those of you who watched the last video where I played the trial footage that corresponded with the calls, you'll notice something is different about Letecia in this video. She's moved. Not by choice. She's been moved. Letecia is sitting in the middle of the defence table. The judge didn't specifically tell the court why, instead saying that a table was taking up too much space. In reality, it was so the judge could see Letecia easier to monitor her behaviour. And this is really interesting, because although we're not at the trial proceedings yet in this deep dive, Letecia was moved on day 9. She couldn't even behave herself in a court of law for 9 days. In court that morning, day 9, the judge addressed Letecia's behaviour head-on. The prosecution had submitted information and even photos showing her flipping the bird during the proceedings. Now, these weren't random snapshots, they were screen captures taken directly from the WebEx live stream. At the judge's request, those images were formally entered into the record. The judge spoke directly to Letecia. He reminded her that she had both the right and the obligation to be present at her own trial, to see the evidence, to communicate with her attorneys, and to assist in her defence. He explained that she also had the right for the jury not to see her in restraints, to prevent any unfair prejudice. But those rights, he emphasised, came with limits. With those rights comes responsibility. Letecia was required to behave with respect and decorum. She was told to conduct herself in a way that did not force the court to use additional restraints. The judge acknowledged that defendants sometimes act out, especially as trials grow longer and the charges grow more serious, and he said he couldn't imagine the pressure that somebody in her position must have been feeling. But even so, he made it clear it was no excuse. Jurors had already noticed her behaviour, and that alone made her attorney's jobs far more difficult. The judge reminded her that he had multiple remedies at his disposal. He told her that he could hold her in contempt, each instance carrying up to 6 months in jail. But even that didn't seem like a meaningful deterrent, so the court was taking practical steps instead. Her table had been moved, her chair would no longer rock or swivel. She would now sit directly facing the bench, firmly in the judge's line of sight. And his warning became even more explicit. He cautioned her not to wave her hands, not to stretch her fingers out in a way that left one raised more prominently than the others, telling her it was disrespectful to the courtroom and the legal process, and that it amounted to a form of witness intimidation. If it happened again, he said, it would be considered a clear violation of courtroom decorum. He also reminded everyone else in the gallery that they were held to the same standards, telling them that they were all aware of the posted signs warning them against this exact type of behaviour. The judge stated that if the misconduct continued, he could and would impose harsher measures. He could order a bolt installed on Letecia's table and have her hands cuffed to it, leaving her unable to use them at all, and that was likely to be very uncomfortable. He could even remove her from the courtroom entirely. If that happened, she would be detained in one of the courthouse holding cells which she already knew were incredibly uncomfortable. After every break, she would be brought back to the courtroom to see if she had decided to change her behaviour, and she would be required to return again the next morning to start the entire process over again. It was a stern warning, calmly delivered, but unmistakably serious. And this tells us an awful lot about Letecia. Now, her behaviour throughout her trial shocked a lot of people, and it was the first time that we were hearing the pretext calls. As the trial was ongoing, I saw post after post online of people saying they couldn't believe that someone would behave that way in court. The behaviour itself didn't shock me. Working with criminals, I've seen lots of this behaviour in a courtroom, but it did thoroughly disgust me. And I have to say, I wasn't actually expecting it from Letecia. Flipping her middle finger at witnesses, smirking, rolling her eyes, and openly disrupting the proceedings. It all looked bizarre and childish, especially in a courtroom where her entire future was on the line. So why did she act like this? The truth is, Letecia was under enormous pressure. That's not to downplay or excuse her behaviour in any way, shape or form. It's just fact. This wasn't just any hearing or mental health review. This was her full criminal trial. The moment where a jury would decide whether she was guilty of murdering Gannon in cold blood or whether her insanity plea had any credibility at all. Every piece of evidence, every witness, every expert's statement was pushing back against her version of events. And Letecia reacted to that pressure the only way she seemed to know how, with defiance. Her outbursts were also deeply tied to control. Throughout her life, Letecia had tried to control the narrative. She lied, manipulated, and constantly shifted her story. But in the courtroom, she couldn't do that. She couldn't interrupt testimony. She couldn't spin a new version of events. She had to sit silently while people described what she had done. That loss of control was something that she simply wasn't equipped to handle. There's also a more calculated reason for her behaviour. She wanted to look unstable. She had entered a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity, and the defence needed jurors to believe she had a severe mental disorder, acting unpredictably, acting irritated, acting detached from reality. These moments may have been her attempt to reinforce that image, but instead of appearing mentally ill, she came across as angry, resentful, and openly disrespectful of the process. And finally, Her middle finger gesture takes on a completely different meaning when you look at the case as a whole. Letecia had already shown she became volatile when challenged or exposed. Witnesses describing her lies and contradictions seemed to trigger her, and the gesture was a way of lashing out, even though she'd been warned repeatedly not to. The judge reminded her that this wasn't just childish behaviour. It was witness intimidation, and it risked prejudice in the jury and could lead to restraints or removal from the courtroom. But there's another layer in all of this, a layer tied directly to her motives. Letecia's hostility wasn't random. It was punishment. Punishment towards Al, towards Landon, towards the rest of Gannon's family, and toward anyone who dared to stand against her. This was the same pattern seen before Gannon was killed, when she felt slighted, when she felt she was losing influence or admiration, her behaviour turned vindictive. In court, surrounded by the people she blamed for exposing her lies, she seemed almost determined to send a message. You don't control me. And when you compare this courtroom behaviour to her earlier footage, the contrast is revealing. In interviews before her arrest, she tried to present herself as calm, confident, even superior, smiling, lecturing investigators, insisting she was the victim of a misunderstanding. In police body cam footage, she performed innocence, over-explaining and overselling her emotions. But underneath all of that was the same pattern we saw in court. Irritation when questioned, hostility when doubted, and this deep need to stay in control of the narrative. So when the trial stripped that power away, we saw the real Letecia, the one who couldn't hide behind rehearsed lines and notes, the one who lashed out when the spotlight wasn't flattering anymore. Whether it came from stress, loss of control, an attempt to look insane, or simply her own personality, the behaviour did not help her. If anything, it reinforced exactly what the prosecution had been arguing, that Letecia wasn't mentally ill, she was manipulative, reactive, and fully aware of what she was doing. Now, when you step back from the individual outbursts and look at Letecia's behaviour through a psychological lens, a clear pattern emerges. A pattern seen in many narcissistic and high-control offenders. And again, for anyone who's missed my previous disclaimers, I work in the criminal justice system, but I am not a qualified professional in psychology. I have had basic training, I understand the basics, but I am certainly no expert. So all I'm going off is the knowledge and learning that I've received in my job role. Anybody who is far more qualified than me, please do hop in, correct me if I am wrong at any point along the way, and I will happily make adjustments or acknowledge in a further video. But for the purposes of this, I'm just going on what I know and what I have experienced. Now, narcissistic offenders often display 4 key traits when they're placed under scrutiny. They are often extremely defensive when contradicted. They can't handle being challenged or exposed, so they lash out, mock, smirk, or belittle other people. Letecia's eye-rolling, smirking, and obscene gestures fit directly into this category. In her mind, the witnesses weren't just testifying, they were actually attacking her ego. Then there's rage, disguised as loss of control. Narcissistic rage isn't random. It's targeted, especially at people that they feel have betrayed them or removed their influence somehow. Letecia's reactions toward witnesses aligned perfectly with this. Al, law enforcement, and anyone describing her actions triggered that boiling resentment we all saw spill out on camera. We also have the need to dominate the narrative. Narcissistic offenders desperately try to regain control of the room, of public perception, of how the story is told. In court, Letecia couldn't talk over people. She couldn't spin lies. She couldn't manipulate the storyline. So instead, she resorted to whatever scraps of control she could cling to. Gestures, posture, body language, and moments of childish defiance. And finally, there's a performative crazy act when it benefits them. When their crimes catch up with them, some narcissistic offenders suddenly adopt erratic behaviours, not because they're mentally unwell, but because they want to appear unstable. Letecia's insanity plea set the stage for this. Her courtroom behaviour often felt like an exaggerated performance rather than a genuine mental health crisis. And Letecia isn't the first offender to follow this pattern. Other narcissistic and control-driven defendants have exhibited the same theatrics Letecia did. Jodi Arias. During her trial for the murder of Travis Alexander, Arias shifted between calm politeness and this simmering rage. She laughed, she smirked, she glared at the jury, and she visibly seethed when testimony contradicted her lies. Like Letecia, Jodi craved narrative control and lost her composure when she didn't have it. We've got Casey Anthony. During her trial, Casey displayed dramatic emotional swings, crying loudly during some testimony and appearing cold or a bit smug during others. These inconsistent performative reactions matched what psychologists describe as narcissistic affect mimicry, where offenders try to project emotions they think will work in their favour. We have Lori Vallow Daybell. She was known for smiling, laughing, and even joking during proceedings related to the murders of her own children. Lori's behaviour reflected a really disturbing mix of detachment, entitlement, and attention-seeking, traits also present in Letecia's in-court persona. And then there's Daryl Brooks, the Waukesha parade attacker. Brooks exploded in rage, argued with the judge, mocked the court, refused to follow instructions, and performed bizarre behaviours to disrupt the trial. Classic narcissistic rage paired with the need for control when the narrative wasn't his. When you view Letecia's behaviour in the context of these cases, the similarities become almost impossible to ignore. Now, we will be analysing the trial in more detail in a future video, but first we've got to get there. As I said, we're now on the 15th of February, and like last time, I'm going to keep my mouth shut throughout the call, and we'll break it down at the end. Let's jump right in with the first call at 10:04 a.m.
I don't even know what number to call her on. I told her to call. I guess I can try this when she's texting.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey. Are you moving again?
why do you think? I mean, it's like a week by week thing. I told you that.
You do what?
I'm like week by week in these hotels.
Why can't you live in the house?
I don't know. I can't even like go in without an escort at this point. So
So how are you paying for hotels?
I just paid a little bit week by week, and Uncle Jeff paid for this past week. So I told you that already. That
By yourself?
yes,
Did you spend last night by yourself?
yes. Why? Who else would I be with?
Should have been with you, Albert.
You think I wasn't lonely on frickin' Valentine's Day?
I'm nice to be with you. I've been begging to be with you.
We can talk about that, but I want to talk about whatever you got. You're talking about on this iCloud.
No, I logged back. I got into my iCloud finally because I only had partial whatever, and I couldn't do a backup. And I finally got the backup done, and there was like a crap ton of messages came through on my phone, and then there's this text message that they should have saw on my phone because it came through on February 5th, and it's like basically almost like a retarded person or something. But it says the boy or money or no boy. And I tried to get help. I sent it to the tip line to see if they can check. I've been trying to call all morning to get help, but no one.
Hey, I can't hear you.
I said no one helps me because I'm a bad person.
But
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. But what? I mean, that's all it said. No money, no boy, or something like that.
I'm saying there's a bunch of voicemails. Like it came, I had 30-some voicemails, and a lot of them were bull crap, and threats and stuff. So I went through all of them, and like literally, all I saw was the first message that said that, and it freaked me out. And I had someone to look up the number to try to see where it was at, and it said that it originated from Washington. So it weren't one of those like fake things. It was actual number from Washington. Like I had someone track the number where it was at now, and it went to Roy. It was right outside of Roy Elementary.
Where's that at?
I don't know if this is like people scoring with me. I don't know, but I was trying to reach out to you as soon as I seen it, so that they should have solved this on my February 5th.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they're like laser focused on finding Gannon right now, and that's kind of the priority right now. I mean,
that was why I was saying that. That is about Gannon. Why are you trying to make it seem like I wasn't?
I'm not trying to make it seem like nothing. I mean, I did you tell them about what we talked about yesterday about Quincy Brown and all that?
I sent it in, yes. Did that same thing that they keep posting online because no one was writing back on the numbers that did.
Well, I guarantee you they're out looking for that dude now because he is freaking. You know how I get all worried about Mike and Landon and all that shit back home. And I looked him up, and he's a freaking, oh my God, sex offender. He's a bad dude, Tisha. And if he's got my son, and I'm freaking, you know how I was about Mike, and he had some criminal stuff, but this is a whole nother level. So I'm sure they're out looking for him now. So.
Did you give them the information?
Yeah, you said you did. I mean.
Yeah, no, I did.
Right, you said you were talking to Bethel, right?
I sent it to Letecia, but she never wrote back. So I had that Kate somebody's number, the other lady that was with her that day. So I sent it to her because I was like, between her and her, someone would read the messages.
Okay, yeah. I haven't got it. Mark hasn't reached out to me this morning, so but I'm sure that I mean, based on this dude being as freaking horrible as he is, I'm sure they're out there looking for him. I mean, can you remember anything else about Quincy Brown other than I know you said you saw his ID? I mean, they had the bike or the SUV, right, with the bike rack. I mean, anything close to an address at all that would help them? Now that you have more.
If you would let me come be with you and help, I will walk everybody through everything. But you're refusing that and not standing up for me to do that.
No, actually I am. I'm trying to get this relevant information that you're providing to them. So that is standing up for you.
Okay, taking up for me too is also you got to understand, Albert, and this is not me trying to take away from whatever. Unless I'm like protected completely. This is it's just a whole crazy thing you got to understand, Albert.
Well, help me understand.
I'm begging you to tell you that I begged you to come stay with you. I've been like, hey, let me just stay with you, spend the night, please. I will talk to you, please. Everything. I tried everything, and you just keep telling me no, and I hate being lonely, and I hate all this because I'm not a bad person. I'm innocent. I agreed to even take a lie detector test for you.
Well, that's not for me. I'm not going to give you a lie detector test. Well, I mean,
it's not permissible in court because it's not. I said for you to believe me.
but who are you? Have you talked to them about this lie detector test, or you just told me about it?
No, I got recalled from big time attorney. I got Jose Baez law firm willing to come and meet me. That's how much they know it's screwed up. You know who the Baez law firm is?
You know I don't pay attention to that shit.
Do you know who they represented?
No, tell me.
A lot of big time names. And they're and like People magazine, people are like pissed that they're not, that the way that things are going is not the direction of my team. And so if you don't want to be on my team to be like against them fucking everything, then these people will put it out there.
What that? What are they? What are they gonna?
Gonna do it.
What are they gonna put out there?
What?
That you're gonna take a lie detector?
No, yeah, I will for you. I will do it for you.
Well, let's do it then. Then let's do it. Let's do it now. I mean, call the FBI or call whoever and tell them you're ready today.
I don't know who to call. You have all these contacts. Nobody will talk to me.
The only person I know. Listen, I sent you a number. I think. What was her name from the FBI? Amber, maybe. I sent you an email. You look back on your email. You got a contact, and she when she called me that one time, she reached out and said, anything you need, any way we can help, anything we can do to help find Gannon. And I think that would qualify as something that would help. Okay?
What would qualify?
You're talking about this lie detector test.
That will help find Gannon by me taking a lie detector test, and I've already told you.
If you're, listen, I know, but listen to me. Walk through this logically. You're smart now, okay? If you're saying they're barking up the wrong tree, okay, and that wrong tree is you, and a lie detector test will get them off of that tree and on a different tree, don't you think that will help?
Yeah.
I mean, it'll, back to what we talked about yesterday, it'll show your innocence, it'll show you didn't do it, it'll show you don't even need immunity. Okay? You don't, I mean, it'll prove all those things.
You don't have to, because lie detector tests are not permissible in court.
Okay, but I'm just trying to, you said you'll do that for me.
What a lie detector test does is prove what a person's saying to someone they're trying to prove to. Like, people go to Dr. Phil and do it, places like that.
Okay, all right. Hey, Tisha, listen. I'm willing to take the lie detector test. You brought it up. I mean, I'm willing to work with you or whatever. You can contact the FBI and do it. I'm willing to take that result for my peace of mind. But if you're going to sit here and tell me it's not worthwhile, then why even talk about it?
I said for you. I said I wanted to do it for you. You're focusing on doing it for someone else. I'm trying to tell you I wanted to.
No. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about Gannon. If they're barking up the wrong tree, babe, if they're barking up the wrong tree, this will get them on the right tree, okay?
Okay.
So you need to reach out to Amber, whatever her name is. That's the FBI lady that I talked to the one time, and you need to tell her whatever you're willing to do or not do, okay? That's the only way I know to go about it. So, but instead of me waiting on the lie detector test for me and you, I know that'll confirm it. Just tell me the truth right now.
You won't even help me get the freaking ID so I can go to a doctor's office, and you want me to just keep going over and over and over the same thing.
Yeah, Tisha, yes, I do, because...
Did you kick me off of TRICARE or something?
I can't kick you off of TRICARE. That only happens anyways, you're trying to spin this in a different direction. We're talking about Gannon here.
Just trying to go to the doctor, that's it.
You could go to the doctor any day of the week. I can't kick you off of TRICARE.
They took all my stuff. I need an ID.
You need the sponsor's social security number, and I know you know my social, so don't even play me, Tisha.
I can't go on base
Okay.
without the ID.
Well, if you got to go to the doctor that bad, go to the doctor somewhere and we'll pay the fee. Okay, that's. I'm not gonna say that's irrelevant, but we're focused on Gannon right now. Okay.
Okay, and I'm trying to be with you to focus on Gannon. So I'm asking you to.
And guess what? We are talking together right now, so we are working together on this right now on the phone. Okay.
Come and stay with you, and I will meet them to do the test and everything.
Listen, I need the truth first, and that's what I've said the whole time. Tell me the same. Listen, let's just stop, okay? No, don't oh God me.
You told lie detector test, and now it's still not good enough for you, Albert?
No, it is. It's perfect. That's what I want you to do, okay? Because there has been multiple stories. But tell me the story right now that you're going to tell on the lie detector test. That's what I want.
You don't tell stories on a lie detector.
I know. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want me to put you through that and ask you questions? I'll do it. Okay. Is the bike accident a true story? Did he fall and bust his head, or was his head already bleeding before you got there? Which one is it?
He's bleeding.
I'm just asking. Was the bike accident true?
His already be bleeding.
I don't know, because I've fallen off my bike 100 times and didn't bust my head bad enough to go to the 911, right? Okay, I'm just trying to sort through this. Is the bike accident true?
Albert, I did not hurt you.
I didn't ask you that, okay? Is the bike accident true? It's yes or no. This is lie detector test right now. Yes or no?
Somebody has Gannon, Albert. I need protection to help you.
I understand that, and I'm trying to help you right now.
Beat me. He will abuse me. He will hurt me, and I keep telling you this, and you're not catching the hint.
Is the bike accident true? That's where we're starting.
Are you gonna protect me from him?
Yes, you're gonna. Once you call Amber, you're gonna get the protection you need. I don't have a gun. I don't have a badge. Amber does, and she's the one that's gonna protect you.
But you are my husband.
I am, and as your husband, you need to respect that I'm trying to give you the best guidance I have, okay, and get you to the protection you're asking for. If you call Amber, she'll get somebody with you wherever you're at to protect you, okay?
But why aren't you willing to do that?
How am I going to protect you against people trying to beat you and kill you?
Come live with you because you are my husband and you're supposed to provide for us a place to stay.
Right, and I've done that from day one, so you're not going to question my ability to protect or provide you. So listen, hey, back up. You said you wanted to do something for me.
Yes or no, Albert?
No.
Come stay with you.
I'm not answering any questions right now because you told me that you do something for me, and that's answer some yes and no questions, basically a lie detector.
Be with you. I didn't say like you're going to put me on. We can talk about this in person. Why does it have to be over phone so you can like record people and shit?
So now I'm recording you. What you've done to me for 5 years is what I'm doing to you. That's projection, Tisha, and I'm not putting up with that, okay? All right?
Did you record me yesterday?
No, why would I record you? I haven't recorded anything. What are you talking about?
Would you coaching you what to say?
No, I don't need a coach. I've done this for a living for 11 years, Tisha.
I said I want to talk to you in person.
All right, well, guess what? Your freaking sister's calling me. Tell her to leave me alone.
Who? What sister?
Amy, whatever her name is.
She shouldn't be calling you. Don't even talk to them.
Well, I've been getting calls and texts from all your people, and I'm sick of it. Listen, you know what? If meeting is what it takes to get to the truth, I'll meet with you. But you need to answer some questions first. That is your way of proving to me that a meeting is worthwhile. Okay?
Okay.
Number one. I got 3 or 4 questions, okay? Number 1, is the bike accident true?
No.
No. Is Quincy Brown true?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what happened? Okay, that's my next question. What happened to get Gannon to Quincy Brown? How did Quincy Brown get my son?
Okay, it doesn't matter how many times I tell you, you're still going to call me a liar.
No,
You're not going to take
that's
the time
not true
to
now.
help me.
That's not true. I've given you every opportunity to tell the truth, just like I'm doing now, okay? I haven't called you a liar. I've said some pieces of the story have been not true, okay? I'm not sitting here calling you names. I'm not putting you down. I'm asking for truth, okay? You said the bike accident is not true now. Fair enough. We're done with that, okay? What happened?
We were going to get you a bike, though. That was true.
Okay, so you were going to get me a bike. Fine. Okay, let's get past the bike. If the bike has nothing to do with anything, then let's just forget about the bike and the trip to the bike.
Trying to be a cool mom, okay?
Okay.
You wanted to hang out with some friends, and I was just trying to be cool because I'm never looked at as being cool. So I told Gannon, hey, you can have a sleepover, whatever, yada, yada, yada. That was supposed to happen on Saturday or something. He did have this friend that had a car, and I told him, your daddy said no. I told him that on Sunday or whatever day it was. But prior to that, he'd already said something to me about this, and I tried to talk him through the situation. So the plan was he was going to have a sleepover. We split both the beds together, yada, 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 yada. That was just supposed to be the plan. I was just trying to be a cool mom. I just wanted to be accepted by Gannon, for him to be like, wow, yeah, she's always kind of strict on us, but maybe she let me do a little bit that I shouldn't probably be doing. Hey, that's all.
Yeah, but okay, that's
It went downhill from there. I'm telling you. Like,
okay.
I didn't do anything to Gannon.
Okay, so
All these people, listen to me.
I'm sorry, I'm listening.
Tired of all these people putting all this stupid stuff about blood and all this bullcrap. If there's any blood in the house, it's because of Gannon. Gannon bleeds all the time.
Okay.
There's no massacre occurred in our home. It's not what people are putting in their head. There's nothing like that. Okay? It's nothing. I'm sick of hearing people say, well, if he hurt his foot, he couldn't be walking. Oh my God. It was just blood from his foot. That's it. There was no, like, he hit his head or bullcrap like that. I'm tired of all these conspiracy theories, and now it's in your head that you think that I've done something to Gannon in our house, because that's what you said yesterday. That is not true. Those blood there's just simply from what happened to his foot. And yes, I've already admitted to you that his arm was burned.
Okay.
He admitted that to you. Wasn't that bad? Did it have blood? Yes. And from where the candle was.
But
I did everything I could. So
right.
if you're asking about that part of it, you see, what y'all were doing is trying to take two different things. You're trying to think that just because I didn't abuse Gannon emotionally in that video, nothing. The whole point of that was he was so upset. It wasn't about, it was meaning I was going to replace the items for him. It was trying to be, okay, don't worry about it. It's a secret. I'm not going to say anything. I was trying to be cool. Okay? Maybe if I let my guard down for trying to be cool, I let him stay up 30 minutes late that night, trying to be cool. Just trying to be like, we'll start working on, hey, you stand up 30 minutes later than Lena. So any of that you got from some mind that people were trying to say I was abusing him on some video and shit, it was not. Gannon was upset because I was sitting there holding him, and then everybody saying something about whatever. I assessed the situation. It wasn't a lot of tons and tons of blood. We got it up. It was on his wall a little bit. I mean, it was not even a lot.
so you cleaned his wall up?
But he did.
Oh, okay.
There was blood on the thing. We cleaned up stuff. It was nothing. It was from his arms and his foot. That's all. From helping me outside. There was nobody's head it hit. You could hear in all these stories. Gannon's head was hit. He was doing this. No! Albert, if he would have been in that situation, I get on the phone and I call 911. I'm not stupid. Do you think I'd much rather be sitting here with someone saying that I was being irresponsible or whatever than someone accusing me of hurting a child? Do you think that? That's the way I panic at the sight of blood? Yes, I freaked out. I'm like, oh my God, stop peeling it. He peeled it and peeled it and peeled it. If I yell at him for peeling it, it's going to look like I'm mad at him. You don't understand.
Okay.
Everybody the true story, but what they're doing is they're coming in there and trying to say just because some lady who thinks she's hot shit that's been talking to you, apparently she posts online all this bullshit.
Who? What lady?
I don't know, trivia somebody.
Who?
She's fucking stupid.
I haven't talked to nobody.
Okay, well, she's online saying she's talking to you and Landon, and you and Landon was saying there was blood all over Gannon's room. Blood everywhere in the house. Blood on the stairs.
Who is this now?
That is not true. If it was anything, it was from the foot, and I stepped not outside. I stepped in it on the carpet when I freaking took the carpet up that we walk outside on. But nobody cares that that's how it happened. That's where blood came from. It was not puddles. We cleaned it up and smeared it. Sorry.
What freaking lady are you talking to?
The beds were already put together because I had told Gannon he could have a sleepover.
The beds were pushed together.
I had pushed them together because I had told him on Sunday he could have a sleepover. I didn't know that his stomach was going to go to start hurting. I had already said he was doing his box.
But who was the sleepover with? Was it Braden?
He just asked me, could he have a sleepover, even though it was a school night, after we were going to hike. And the reason I said yes is we were sitting there talking about the whole coach thing. He was talking to me about the sisters, and all he had was sisters. I said yes, just because I felt so bad, because here we are both in an emotional moment. I'm upset about Kobe. He's upset about him having girls, yada, yada, yada. I agree. Sorry. I usually don't agree to things. I was trying to be like, okay, maybe this is a good chance, but maybe bend the rules just a little bit. So yes, said Gannon, you can have sleepover. Gannon pushed his beds together. Yada, yada, yada. I don't know what happened, why he didn't go ask about sleepover. I don't know what happened wherever. I don't know. He didn't ever come say such and such, didn't say whatever. I just know his stomach was hurting. So I assumed he didn't want to be having a sleepover with the boy, whoever the boy was.
Why?
He didn't tell me.
Hold on. Why? So you were going to let it, let me back up.
I was going to let the boy, but he said his brother had a car.
Right, okay, fine. But he's never pushed the beds together for a sleepover before. Where did that come from?
What do you mean? I do.
No, usually they
did push the beds together. Because they were, Albert, we pushed the beds together because he had all the things lined up around the room in little cardboard box things. They were all lined up around the room, and we pushed the beds together. That was it. I mean, me pushing the beds together is not a crime.
I'm not saying it was. It's just weird because to my knowledge, he's never done that.
He was building I guess he was going to build a fort. I don't know.
Okay.
It was just for Sunday. They got pushed back. I mean, it was nothing.
Okay. All right.
So that is the only reason. That is the only reason when they got pushed back that he would have had normal. That he would have peeled his arm after it happened on Sunday.
So
why don't you get whoever your friend is, a neighbor that knows all this bullshit, to give you the video footage of running out when the daggone fire was going on, and you will see. Oh, was I being whatever? Was I fussing? Was I doing anything but being loving to children?
right.
Tina, I told everybody, oh, it's okay. We're gonna fix it. Nobody was yelling at anybody. Nobody was angry with anybody. Nobody was hurting anybody. Nobody was doing anything wrong.
But so
It wasn't even that. I was scared.
But back up to something you said that that really struck me, Tisha. You said it went downhill. How? What do you mean? How did it go downhill? And then how did this Quincy Brown freaking dude get involved?
The story about Quincy.
Right.
He told
No, but but tell me the part about how did it go downhill? That's what I need to know. You said it went downhill fast and it got out of control, and maybe you freaked out, whatever. But
I never said anything about getting out of control. Now you're putting words in my mouth. I never said
okay,
that.
you said it went downhill, Tisha.
I said it went downhill, meaning Gannon was supposed to have a sleepover. His stomach started hurting. That's why we didn't get to have a sleepover. That's what it means. It means that.
Okay. I got you.
He stayed up late.
All right. So listen.
See how when I talk to you, do you see how you already put me as if I'm some criminal?
No. I haven't criminalized you at all. I'm asking you questions. That's what you wanted me to do, and I'm asking you questions.
I would bed feed you. I mean, really? Come on, Albert. That is not you saying to me, gosh, how many times have you left out of town and my wife just took care of everything? That's not you doing that. That's not you taking my side. It's you picking up on
Hey, I can't hear you.
building a box. I said, you're saying something about us putting beds together when the child was building a box because you thought this is a box for his son. It's a problem if I get get involved, and if it's a problem if I do it the wrong way.
No,
I do it the right way.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Everything.
Tisha, babe, listen, okay? I'm worried to death about Gannon's safety, where he's at, all these things. I mean, yesterday, what you told me the bike story is not true now, okay? But you also said he had a hit.
You know how I feel? You want me to be honest with you? You know how I feel? I feel like if I just tell you something like that, it's what you want to hear. That's honestly how you make me feel. You make me feel if I just tell you there's some truck, because I even sit there and listen to you go, okay, it was an accident. Okay, this is what someone wants you to say, or you're
No.
because that is not Albert.
No. Yes,
There.
actually, yes, it is. As a recruiter, I did the same shit for 11 years, having to dig into people's past and everything, okay? And to get the truth. And you said, all right, listen, you told me, you keep telling me what I just want to hear. I just want to hear the truth, Tisha, okay? All right, hold on. Yesterday, listen, yesterday, and we've passed this point, but you said there was a bike accident with a head injury. So is it just a bike accident that's not true? Or is it the head injury also that's not true?
No, there's no head injury or bike accident. I just told you, I feel like you wanted me to say something to you.
Okay, so now, what did freaking Quincy Brown do with Gannon? How did...
Can I ask you something? Do you think first of all, I want you to put this in perspective.
Okay.
Do you think I even know my way around Colorado, first off?
Yeah, we've been here a year now. You go all over the place.
Okay, Colorado Springs, right?
You've been, yes. And we've been all over up there around the outlets, and we've been up there to Denver a bunch. Yes, I think you know a little bit about Colorado, so don't play me on that, Tisha.
I wasn't even going there. Do you see how I said that just to see you jump at me? Do you see how I said that?
Well, good. You got me. You got me jumping, all right? My son's out there missing with Quincy Brown, and you got me jumping. You win, all right? What's your next question?
Listen to me. Can you listen to me?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Where did he take him from? That's a starting point. Where were you at when he took him?
Home.
Okay, so yesterday it was a bike accident in.
I already told you the bike accident. You already talked about.
Fine, but I'm saying yesterday he was taken from Douglas County. Today he's taken from El Paso County at 6627. Right, but then you changed it, then you brought it back, then you changed it, brought it back.
I said that to you because you just want me to say whatever they got you thinking.
I'm thinking what I'm thinking, okay? These freaking police have not told me a damn thing other than my son is missing and that they're supposedly looking for him. You're the only one telling me anything about their situation. Yes.
Get towards done. I couldn't do anything. You talk about how you have to live with that. Do you know how I have to sit here and be like, oh my God, what could I have done to protect him better? Because Albert's going to turn it and say that I'm a horrible person. Do you think I want to lose my entire life because I couldn't protect someone 100%?
Well, do you know if Gannon is alive, or was he alive when he took him? Was he hurt?
I don't know. I was out of it. Do you not understand this?
So you were out. So you blacked out, right? And he took him while you were blacked out.
No, I just said I was in and out of it from struggle. I hit my head. I'm in and out of it.
Okay.
You put my arms to tied up. You would not listen to me on that. You know what you should have done? As my husband, you should have said, "Oh my God, this fucker not only hurt my wife, took my son."
Okay, so
you should be saying.
I'm trying to believe you, okay? But that when I got home Tuesday, you had no sign of anything, no marks on your head, no marks on your arms from where you were tied.
Okay. You want to know why? Because it's all on social media where I have Band-Aids on my hand around my arms on it. So that's a fucking lie.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right,
it's on social media.
Okay,
it's on social media. Why? All kinds of everything.
Well, it's on social media. It's on social media that you killed him. So you want me to believe everything I hear on social media?
No, because you're Albert. Why in the world would you think that?
I'm not thinking that. You just told me to believe social media. Social media says you're a killer.
It's on there, meaning they saw it.
Okay,
they saw a picture of me. That's all I meant. They didn't see a picture of me doing it.
social media
Killing one.
social media says you're killer and that Landon's the hero. Do you want me to believe that?
If you believe that, you're dumb. Want to know why? Because you know better than that.
Okay, well, I mean,
you're treating her like she's a hero. Exactly what you're doing. Instead of being with your wife, you've been with your ex-wife.
no, I haven't been with nobody. I told you, I've been with my family.
It's supposed to be.
You can attack me all you want to, okay, but it really doesn't matter. Yes, that's an attack.
Business. You should be with your wife.
Okay, well, what's with all this crap you're sending her now? You're telling the world how much of a piece of shit she is, but now you're trying to.
Anything. My shit has been hacked. Don't believe nothing unless it's my daggone Yahoo. People have created a fake profile under my name. They've screened on the profiles, everything. People are the only thing I have secured is because I contacted Yahoo. It's my Yahoo account.
Okay.
You can listen to anything from anything else.
Okay, fine, but you sent her a message that said the same thing you tried to say to me initially about this ransom and these phone calls from DC. So yes, I do believe that you sent her that. That's what you told me.
From DC?
That's what you told me. That's what you told me.
Oh, do you know why that done that? That's because he sent it from a stupid messenger thing, and when I switched out to do my phone thing, I was trying to write back from. I was like, I'm going to send Landon this too. I was going to copy both y'all in it because I couldn't get you. And then I hit draft. So if it went through, then I didn't talk to one thing.
No, you or Landon didn't send anything from DC. You said that the messages came from a DC number or something. That's what you said.
It said, like Washington, Seattle.
Oh, Washington, Seattle. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I did tell you that. I said Washington. I said Roy Elementary.
Okay.
I haven't said another word to her. Did you read the emails I sent her when she wrote me? I told her, fuck her. She ain't done goddamn thing for those kids. Don't be fucking playing hero. Read them.
All right.
She was sitting right beside her.
They went to Texas. I ain't reading shit. I just saw what she forwarded me. She forwarded me something about ransom.
She wrote you. You wrote me that night. As soon as I said something to you about her saying bingo, you had to be sitting right beside her. You had to tell her that.
Wait, whoa. No. You talking about when she replied to you after that one email you sent when you said fuck her? No, I'm going to tell you what happened. No, she didn't. Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened. I was sitting there in the room. They had another hotel room. It was at that time of night when Lena was going to bed, and every night I put Lena to bed, and the email came through, and she read it. And that's when she messaged you back. And that's the absolute truth. And, you can question it all you want to, but that's what happened. I don't show them shit. Okay? Well, because
I defended you, and I defended myself and said, you ain't done motherfucking things. Don't be coming up in my house. You shouldn't be here. Did she tell you I said all that?
Listen, I don't get into nothing she's saying. And that's the God's honest truth. She's freaking out every single day, and it's driving me nuts. So I'm glad they went to Texas. Okay?
Yeah.
Because it drives me, between her and Veronica, it drives me freaking nuts.
But why do you have to be around them?
I'm not around them, okay? We're looking for our son. We have a shared child in common.
It's stress on you if you are listening to them drive nuts.
And guess what? You know me well enough to know that I'm going to get myself out of stressful situations that are not productive, and you know that.
I know that. So is that why you don't want me and Harley to be with you?
I never said that.
Just keep doing that?
I never said that.
I've agreed to do everything you've asked. I've asked you, told you, whatever. I've agreed to testify. Okay? I've agreed to help find him. I've agreed to do everything. I'm tired of being portrayed as the killer of a child that I love. If you want to know something, I have a better relationship with Gannon than I even do Lena. Gannon and I so much alike. This is why it's killing me. It's killing me because it's portrayed wrong.
Okay, so let's pump the brakes here, okay? I'm seriously, let's pump the brakes. If you give me the truth, and I hate to say it like this, but the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and you just lay it on the line for me, no matter what the truth is, okay? The absolute truth. I don't want no more Quincy lied on the road, Quincy bike accident, Quincy hiding in the house, okay? Quincy's secret messages, ransom. I don't want no more of that, okay? This is driving me freaking nuts, okay? I just want the truth, and then hey, listen to me for a second. I want the truth right now, and then I'll be willing to meet you.
Meet me? Meet me. Like, just meet me. That's all I get is meet you.
Listen.
Hello?
Listen, I'm sitting right here. I'm trying to work with you, okay? That's a start, okay? That's a start. I told you yesterday. I told you yesterday.
My family.
I told you yesterday the biggest thing in between us right now is the truth. And we have a big gap between us and the truth right now. Okay? All right? I'm not promising you. Listen.
Plan of being me.
I'm not promising you anything, okay? I want the truth, and I will promise you. I promise you a meeting. Yes, you're my wife, okay? I'm not promising you anything today other than a meeting. You give me the truth, you get your meeting, you get your face-to-face, you get to see me. All this wonderful things you send me on email about how much you want me.
I want to be with you.
Okay, you get to meet with me today. That's what you get. You left, and I'm offering you a meeting.
What is it? Just a meeting? I left, or I was taken away.
No, you left out of...
That against me about me. No. You brought your ex-wife to our home, and that was wrong.
I didn't bring nobody. She got her ass on a plane and came, and the messages show that you told her that you would support her when she got here. So we're not playing this game. She is irrelevant in this conversation.
Ask Albert, and then what did I do? I got on the phone with you, and I said, I don't agree with this.
Okay, fine. You know what? My son's missing. I don't care about stupid, petty, you think I'm hooking up with her. It's about Gannon. So you give me the truth, and I'll meet.
It's not about hooking up with her. It's about you.
But that's all you said. Letecia, stop. Put the brakes.
Be on TV hugging your ex-wife.
Actually, I should, because she's the mother of my son, and I'm not playing this game with you, okay? Do you want to meet? Do you want to meet or not?
Do you want to know what?
Do you want to meet or not?
You want to know something? You should, but then guess what? This wife of yours has done everything that sorry-ass motherfucking mother hasn't done. Okay?
I'm not arguing with you about that. I'm not arguing anything.
Do you think I got a hug from you?
You got plenty of hugs. You got plenty of hugs until you decided to bounce and come and get your shit and bounce.
I asked for Valentine's Day. I said, hey, let us come stay. Do you think you gave me anything? But you can give her conversations every day. You can talk to her every day.
Listen, you've been begging me. Listen.
You tell the shit to the kids.
Let me tell you something. Listen. You're not making yourself believable to me. You offered the truth, okay? You offered lie detector test. I don't even believe you're anywhere close to here. That's why you're dodging this meeting. Okay? That's the God's honest.
Dodging a meeting.
Yeah, you are.
You for days.
Yeah, you are. You're dodging this shit.
Come to your hotel. You won't even tell me where you're staying.
Well, I asked you the same question, and you won't even tell me where. You tell me.
I gave it to you.
You said the North End.
Place I was staying.
You said the North End. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Say America. Yes, I did.
Bullshit.
You go look at your email.
I know, and it's bullshit. You don't think I didn't drive around there just like I drove around looking for other shit?
Drive around there. I don't have a car.
All right.
You're going to find me.
Screenshot me a receipt right now. Send me the receipt from your email because I know you got it because you always get them. Okay, so don't play me, homie. All right, send me the shit and then I'll believe you.
Second, do you think for a second that I pay for this? Do you think that?
All right, fine. All right, back up. You give me the truth and I'll drive to freaking Extended Stay America right now. Give me the truth.
I gave you the truth. I walked you through what happened.
No, you walked me through 27 versions of a fake bullshit lie, okay? All right, tell me the truth right now.
So now you want the truth and you just told me it was a lie.
No.
You're not trying to be on my side.
I am. I'm trying to meet you.
You literally just told me it was a fake bullshit of a lie. You just told me none of it was true.
Tisha, I got to ask you every day.
You just told me that.
I got to ask you every day, like yesterday was the bike accident. That was the first time I heard that one after 3 weeks. Okay, now today I call you back, willing to work with you for lie detector tests, and that's a bullshit story. Okay?
I already said I would do a lie detector test. I already told you I would do a lie detector test.
That's completely irrelevant. What's relevant is the truth. You get me at Extended Stay America.
That's what it is.
Listen, you get me at Extended Stay America. You can do whatever you want to with me, okay? I just want the truth, and that's what you get.
With you, okay? Like, yeah, like you're really gonna let that happen.
Listen, you give me the truth that we find my son.
If you wanted me, you would not be apart from me.
Tisha, watch your interview. You said you
What?
left because of Landon. You said that, not me. I didn't say Tisha leave. I said everybody come together, be a team, let's find Gannon. That's what I said. And that's what I've said from day one. And you bounced on me.
Left from the house because you had her there in our home.
It sure did. And I'll tell every judge, jury in this country that I had my ex-wife, my mom, my two sisters, my uncle, Aunt Veronica, two other freaking women, Landon's brother. I had a team of like 15 people supporting the family, working as a team to do everything we could to find Gannon. That's the truth, okay?
I'm sorry if it sounds selfish, but I hate that bitch.
Okay, but guess what? Listen to what I just said. I had everybody in the house, but you know who wasn't there? My wife and my daughter. They bounced on me, okay? They bounced on me, but me being a good person, I'm still here willing to listen to you.
You told Mom we had to turn the keys into you.
I told that you can come get your stuff after you said you didn't want to be there anymore. Okay, you left. You and Harley got in Harley's car, packed suitcases, supposedly going to the police station, and you never showed up until like the next day or some shit like that. Okay, so if you would have done what you were supposed, you listen to me. If you would have done what you're supposed to do, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Okay, so don't turn this on me. I've been a team player this whole time for the entire team.
Would be together right now is what you're saying.
If you would have never left, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You got your shit and you bounced, okay? What we need now is the truth.
So you're saying if I wouldn't have never left, we'd be together right now.
I'm saying you bounced, okay? You bounced.
Okay, see, that's your point. You don't have any. You don't want to be with me.
That's not what I'm saying. It's not about our relationship. It's about Gannon. And you're dodging me when I keep asking you for the truth, saying I'm going to drive to you at Extended Stay America. She's hung up.
What we hear in that call is another perfect example of Letecia's spiralling, contradictory storytelling and how she weaponizes confusion to maintain control of the conversation. She begins quite early on with that forced outrage, asking Al how many days it's been and insisting that she went nowhere that Gannon could have gone missing from. It's a manipulative opener, really. The goal is to set an emotional tone to make her frustration the centre of the discussion rather than Al's legitimate fear. Al immediately cuts through that by bringing the conversation back to Quincy Brown, the invented kidnapper in Letecia's fantasy scenario, and she tries to act as though she was the first one to say it, as though this fiction was always the truth and he simply wasn't listening. This is one of her most consistent linguistic patterns, claiming she had already told him the truth, even when her stories changed multiple times. She rewrites the narrative in real time to make her previous lies sound like established fact, and Al calls it out directly. He says, "You told me 4 different versions of the truth." And this is the moment where many offenders crack. But Letecia does what manipulative offenders tend to do under pressure. She just leans harder into vagueness, saying it's been 3 weeks and she can't be expected to remember. And this is important because when people are genuinely recounting a traumatic event, their memory tends to stay consistent in the core details, even if the timeline's a bit fuzzy. Letecia's core details are the parts that keep changing. When Al pushes for specifics, asking very reasonably, what did he do with Gannon, she retreats to the safety of, I don't know, a phrase she uses repeatedly whenever she feels cornered. But what's interesting is that she's selective about what she doesn't know. She doesn't know where Gannon went. She doesn't know how he was taken. She doesn't know whether he was alive. She doesn't know what the kidnapper did. Yet somehow she knows everything she needs to know to blame the fictional man and play the victim. Then, when Al points out to her that location changes, claiming Gannon was taken from one county, then a different one, then back again, she flips the accusation onto him. She tells him he only wants her to say what they've got him thinking. This is classic gaslighting. She frames his questions as manipulations by police, not as logical inconsistencies in her own stories. In psychology, this is called cognitive reframing for self-protection. She cannot be the cause of the contradictions, so the contradictions must be Al's fault. Then she moves into performative martyrdom, a manipulation tactic seen in offenders like Laurie Vallow, Susan Smith, and Diane Downs. Letecia paints herself as a true victim, the woman who couldn't protect him, the woman who's going to lose her entire life, the woman whose husband isn't supporting her. This isn't grief, it's image management. Notice how quickly she pivots from what supposedly happened to how it makes her look. When Al asks the most critical question, whether Gannon was alive or hurt, she immediately shifts into a confused explanation about being in and out of it, tying it to yet another version of the struggle. Again, the story evolves as she speaks. She can't keep it straight because she's not recalling a memory, she's building one. And then she plays the accusatory victim, telling Al what he should have said as a husband, shifting responsibility for her behaviour back onto him. This tactic is extremely common in family homicide cases where the offender reframes the partner as the one who failed. Finally, Al exposes a reality. When he got home, Letecia had no injuries at all. No marks, no bruising, no signs of being bound or struck. This is the moment that breaks the facade, because while Letecia can reinvent storylines, she cannot reinvent physical evidence. And like many offenders cornered by facts instead of emotion, she retreats back into contradiction, vagueness, and victimhood, her three main tools throughout these calls. What we just heard in that final stretch of the call is one of the clearest windows into Letecia's psychological profile, because when you strip away the chaos, the interruptions, and the emotional outbursts, what remains is a pattern, and it's a highly recognisable one. Throughout the conversation, Al repeatedly tries to ground the discussion in one simple goal: finding the truth about what happened to Gannon. But every time he moves toward that point, Letecia diverts. She deflects, reframes, or drags the conversation back to her own needs. Notice that linguistic loop she falls into as we keep going. She redirects from facts to feelings. So the moment Al references inconsistencies, she shifts the topic to how she's being portrayed, how she's not getting hugs, or how he's treating his ex-wife better than her. She then weaponizes victimhood. She constantly repeats the phrase, "I'm being portrayed wrong," and "I'm tired of being seen as the killer." She doesn't express fear for Gannon's safety. She expresses fear about her image. And then she reframes every accusation into an attack on loyalty. Time and time again, she responds to requests for the truth with, essentially, "If you loved me, you wouldn't question me." This is really a very typical linguistic pattern in family annihilation or family-related homicide cases, where the offender often centres themselves rather than the victim. We see this in cases like Casey Anthony, whose phone calls and jail conversations were dominated by concerns about how others viewed her, not her missing daughter. Scott Peterson, who continued prioritising his romantic affairs and personal needs, even while claiming to help look for Lacey. And Susan Smith, who murdered her 2 sons and then cried on camera about how she was being judged by the public. In all of these instances, there is a common thread. The offender's emotional language does not match the severity of the situation. And that's exactly what we hear here. Letecia cycles through indignation, jealousy, self-pity, anger at Landon, fixation on social media narratives, and desperate attempts to control Al's emotions toward her. But not once does she display sustained, authentic distress about Gannon himself. Another key behavioural flag is her constant narrative instability. Al references it directly, pointing out the 27 versions, the bike accident, the Quincy Brown stories, and all the contradictory explanations. The constant shifting isn't just lying. It's an attempt to overwhelm the other person with so many stories that the truth becomes impossible to isolate. And when Al finally sets a condition, give me the truth and I'll meet you, we hear the moment she realises her strategies aren't working. Her last line is an emotional spiral, grasping for connection instead of accountability. And the second he refuses to move away from the truth as the central requirement, she hangs up. And that hang up is also extremely telling. Offenders like this don't walk away when they're misunderstood. They walk away when they're losing control. Because throughout the entire call, control was the goal. Control of the narrative, control of Al's emotions, control of how she's perceived. And when she couldn't control the conversation anymore, she ended it. This call doesn't just expose inconsistencies, it exposes priorities. And tragically, for Letecia, none of those priorities were Gannon. Now we're going to move on to the next call on the 15th at 12:10 p.m.
Hello?
Hey. Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So I just got off the phone with that Amber lady, and I don't know, I kind of feel stupid now because she's like, no, I ain't heard from nobody about nothing like that.
That's how I sent her a message.
I'm just telling you what she said to me.
On a landline because I sent it to the number you gave me. So if it's a landline, maybe she didn't get it. But if it's a cell phone, then she got it.
Okay, I'm just telling you what the lady told me. I don't know. Like I told you, I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Is it a cell phone or a landline?
I don't know. I called and she answered. That's all I know. I mean, you want to hang up and try to call her?
Telling me it's got to be a cell phone.
Do you want to hang up and try to call her? I mean, I'm just so sick of this. I'm just listen. Things were great.
I hanging up to call the FBI.
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying, do you want to hang up and try to call her instead of message her? What I'm trying to say is, like, I just want things to go back like they were like Christmas. Like right when we got the 2 puppies, all the kids were there. Everybody was so happy. Kids were playing their Switch. We were playing with the puppies, and it's just life was just like happy as could be. And then and then here we are. I just want to go back to that, Tisha. Why can't we just get back to that place in our life?
Over.
What?
For a second, that is not on my mind every single day, and that's not what I want. I put in so much effort in Christmas, and what you're saying, how much effort I put into Christmas and holidays for everyone, and you think for a second that's not what I want? I go out my way for all of our children to have tons and tons of clothing, everything I saw, but the waiter has online. Who do you think bought it? Who do you think did all that? Don't you think I love doing that? Want that? And I pray every day. That's exactly. I wake up every morning looking for you. Then realize I'm not beside you. Then realize I'm not helping the kids get ready for school. You think I don't know that and want that? I wasn't going through some turmoil where, oh gosh, I don't love my life, I hate myself. No. We had a great house. We have a great family. Like, really? So don't bring up Christmas and how you want the dog. You think it's going to bother me that I don't get to be like, oh, gosh, you know, this year was this. Guess what? 17th, I always tell you happy anniversary. 17th, month by month by month. Think that's not coming up? Think I don't want to do that? You think the kids think I don't think about that every time? Oh, because you know why Landon pops up and gets to be the saint? This is the 100th day of school. I got the kids in the school. I kept them in school. I homeschooled them. You think I don't want that? Come on now.
Well, how
To like doing all these different things when Gannon finally gets to middle school, because maybe, just maybe, the whole point of us selling our critter was for him to get cross hockey. I'm so excited that seemingly, like, you know, he might be interested in the sport that I can be at the schoolhouse and be a part of. You miss all this and want it?
Well, how do we get it back? How do we get back to just a month and a half ago? That's what I want to know. Because a month and a half ago, there was 5 people and 2 dogs. Now it's just me. So how do we get back there?
Albert?
Like, I don't even have. Listen, I don't even have Lena. She's in Texas right now. I'm freaking.
That is your fault. Let me just go ahead and tell you, because you shouldn't allow that to happen. That was irresponsible on your part. Okay? And you can think that I'm wrong or for whatever reason you want to. I don't agree with that, because at the end of the fucking day, she's still a drug. She still don't take care of her kids, and she still don't have a place to live. I wouldn't have let my child live with her. So that's on you. That's not me. I didn't make that decision and would have never made that decision.
But she's coming back. Don't get me wrong. She's coming back. I'm just talking about this weekend. Okay, she's down there with them. But even then, how do we get back to the 5 of us? The 5 of us, me, you, Harley, Gannon, and Lena. How do we get back to that point? How do we have a family and 2 dogs and a 2-story house and all the things that we had and 3 cars and, you know, the American dream? Right now, I'm living the American nightmare. How do I get back to the American dream? I need you to help me get there.
Albert, the first step is we figure out what the people in this world are cruel. Okay, they are. People are cruel. Okay? You, in your mind, know better than us. That American dream you just talked about, we would have never had it if any of those 5 people in our home would have been cruel. If any of those 5 people would have been out to hurt people or do bad things to people. Okay? So that's the first step that you need to realize, is that this is not me against you. Yeah, of course, people always, in marriages, you're going to have disagreements. But you know good well, we literally just got off a cruise for our anniversary. I made sure that the children were in the best care possible, with someone staying there, not only with Harley, okay, someone in the adult that can make sure that they had everything they needed. Not a worry in the world. You know, I've always done that. I had always security systems installed. Check the ring gap. Check alarm. You know me as that person, so until you put that in your mind, that's the first step. Because you can't be against your wife on this, and you can't be thinking what these people are thinking online, that I'm this stepsister, because that's not true. Without me and God, the children would not be in our home, and without you and God, the children would not be in our home, because they were in horrible situations. So in order to get back the way it is, we need to figure out who can help us. Who can help us figure out the best way to get in, whether whatever it is. Do you want me to give him my leg? You want me to give him my arm?
No. Listen, I'm telling you, I told you this yesterday. I feel like this is all going to be my fault in the end, okay? Because I was gone when this happened. So don't sit there and offer your legs and arms up when it's my fault.
I'm not going to let you say that. Here's why. Okay? Let me tell you here's why. Because when you were in Oklahoma for 5 months, I had to be the one cleaning and checking to make sure the kids were okay. I had to be the one driving, making sure this, that, saving people, barely getting time with them. I had to do that for you. I had to drive through the night to Orlando, to catch planes, to a hurricane to get them to you in Oklahoma. Right?
But you got to understand. Let me tell you how I feel. Let me tell you my feelings. What is one of the most important things to me that I always say? Protection, right? And I failed in that because I couldn't protect my son, and I couldn't protect you from getting your head smashed and all these other things, okay? So that's how I'm feeling right now. But how do we get back to what we were with our 5 people in our family?
We are that. Why are we saying get back to it? That's what we are.
No, because I'm one person, Gannon's unknown, you and Harley bounced, Lena's with Landon, okay? That's not 5 people. That's 4 people somewhere and one person unknown. So how do we get Gannon back, number one?
Let me ask you a question, okay? We're going to sit for a second here, and we're going to say, all right, we're going to focus on 2 separate things here. First thing is we're going to come back to getting Gannon back and all that. But let me ask you what you just said. Let me answer to what you just said. You can't think in your mind that that's what you want to get back. If you now, let me back up and say this. Heath and Harley didn't leave. This is what happened. Heath and Harley came back after they took absolutely everything from me. I went in, you were laying on the sofa, and I tried to talk to you. I said, come to the bedroom, let me talk to you, okay? I tried. The next day, you helped them, you did, instead of just calling to say, hey, listen, they want to take Harley's car, and they want to take her. You didn't ever say that, okay? You could have been trusting and said that to me. You know good and well. I have a lot that I've worked hard for to throw away. You could have called me. You could have said that. Instead, they chased us down, and your child that you're saying you want back in your life and you want was put in handcuffs like he's buying underwear.
Listen, you're right. Hold on. I'll stop you right there. All that's my fault. You're right. I could have stopped it. I could have said, no, leave the girls alone. You're right. Okay. Keep going. Tell me the rest of it.
So when I come back, okay, after all this, we had the most important thing that you knew I needed, the most important thing that means the world to me and all of that was our items, specifically my diamond rings were in that car. I tried to reach out to you to say, can you please at least ask them, can we have those things? You wanted nothing to talk to me because that means the world to me to have my rings on because I took my vows for better to you. And I tried reaching out for you. Hey, they have my ring. They have my ID. I don't even have money because they have my card. You wouldn't even talk to me. So then you wonder why? I said, if my husband would not even talk to me, he would not even warn me that my child was about to get put in place and not even me because I was yelling at Harley not to move. And I was threatening and told they were going to shoot me right there. It's on camera.
Well, listen. I'm sorry. That's my fault too. Okay. No, I want you to know I'm telling you, all this is my fault. Okay. I'm acknowledging that. Keep going. I'm just trying to be a team here.
But then you tell everybody I leave. But when the truth is, you didn't step up in any of that and say, hey, babe.
Okay, all right. No, I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you there. You told the world on camera you left. I didn't. So let's clarify that, and then you can go on. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Why I wasn't? They asked why I was not out there.
Okay.
Listen to me. In the situation, I'm sitting here getting all my things taken, and people think I don't have feelings. Why this stupid girl was sitting up in her house when she went peace without calling her kids. She didn't even complain on her birthday, which was 4 days before. And you think I weren't angry? You think I wasn't sitting there mad, thinking you don't give a fuck about them? Yes. Call me, I'll take the blame for that. I'll take the blame for being that you would let that bitch run in our house the way she did our children. So I did. After those times that she came to our house drunk, and I had to let her stay at 4697 Farm Lake Drive, and you fucked me out about it and told me I was on her team because she was drunk and I wasn't letting her high or whatever, and I was letting her leave with those kids. That's why, because that was I don't care what the situation was. Could have been her fucking ass in a hotel because she didn't give anything to our children. I don't care what the times were, because that didn't do anything but put a wedge between us. So yes, when I came back that night, I had no other choice but to get clothing. I had no intentions of getting but a few things of clothing. So then when I see this bitch or other people, I'm not going to name any names, but you told me who or not, with my motherfucking clothes on, and then I see people using my product. You can say what you want to in a time like this. You should worry about that. I'm not worried about the material things. It's the principle in my home. Because I don't disrespect people's homes. If they disrespected me like that, there's no telling what they did to you or what they did to our children. That is why I was angry. So be mad at me and what you want, because I took clothes from there because I didn't want them burned. When I walked in that house the first time, that shit had been moved. That shouldn't have happened, Albert. You shouldn't have let that bitch Veronica walk around and move like shit. That was wrong. Where was this bitch at when we needed help? When I needed somebody to help sometimes, where was she at, Albert? Where was she at when we needed help sometimes? When you would be working, we needed a babysitter. Where the fuck was she at? And you let her walk around and move her shit, and then you let her go downstairs and do what she did to Harley? Oh, that was it.
Who did what to Harley? No, I don't know. Who did what to Harley?
Oh, well, why don't you ask Miss Veronica what she walked downstairs and talked shit to Harley? I mean, we weren't, and my mother wasn't allowed to say a word for her because she wanted to make sure we got our things. You asked her that.
No, I'm asking you. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
And you asked Harley what that, man. You let that woman follow that child downstairs that didn't even step in to say that motherfucking word.
Follow her downstairs. Well, anyways, I don't know what happened. Harley can tell me later. I don't know.
Yeah. So my point is, so you can I left and wasn't trying to be a part. You did not step in to help me to see any of the odds, to sit there and try to talk to people, to try to remember anything else, to try to go through the steps of it. I immediately had to go into a defense mode, fighting for myself with nothing. Nothing. I was told, I was watched in the bathroom to freaking piss in my own home. And you wonder why I was like, well, why am I going to be here for? You had no business even letting my brother even put his hand on one of our handguns. You had no business with that.
Hey, you better stop right there, because I was in total control of those weapons the whole time. You will not do that to me. Go ahead.
You might have been in total control, but he had no business doing that. Okay?
Who gives a crap about that? Come on now.
The point is, Albert, you let these people come in during that time, the first few days, and you let them control things. And you can say you didn't, and maybe you were hurt, maybe you were upset, maybe your focus was on one thing. And I understand that, and I try to do nothing but say, okay, thinking about that in my mind, and I still love my husband, and I still know that he was not in his right mind there. But as it kept continuing, you could have stepped in and said right then, if you are not or you are not related to me by blood, I know your sisters are, I know your mom is. If you're not a Stauch and you're not related to me by blood, you need to leave this house. That's exactly.
Okay, all right. Teachers, no, stop. Listen, I'll tell you. Put all that on me. I don't care, okay? We can fight about all that for the rest of our lives. You're right. I let people come into the house that ain't got no blood relation to me. You're absolutely right. Okay, but the bigger issue here, and I've let you go on, so I'm trying to be respectful and let you talk, but all this is about you and your damn stuff, not a damn thing about Gannon. Yes, it is. No, yes, it is.
No, you asked me how. I said we're going to talk about two separate things. That's what I told you. So that's the first thing. Now, the most important thing is Gannon, because you asked me the question how to have everything back, American Dream, like you said, in December. You just realize where your actions could have been different. You realize where my actions could have been different. So until we have trust, put those actions back together and bring it back together as one, Albert, as one. You didn't marry me, or I didn't marry you in order to turn our backs on each other in tough times. That's not how it works in life. You know me better. I know you better. You know you've had to live with the past of the things that your father's done. I've never once said to you, I don't trust you with my child, and I feel like you're bad around them. Never once.
Actually, you have said that. Which is bullshit. But go ahead, I'll listen to you.
No, I did not. You were talking about something Landon was trying to get me to turn on.
Okay, all right.
I'm talking about in our home. You know good and well, if I went somewhere and Carly was there, I was never worried for a second.
All right, so stop. You're not okay. Stop. Let me interject, okay? Because this is supposed to be about Gannon. This part one was no. Listen, please listen.
So we can go get Gannon.
Okay, the problem is here. You said until we have trust. The problem is we're not there yet. Okay, because a few minutes. No. Listen. I'm gonna tell you why right now. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. And then I'll let you talk. Okay, please listen. I'm gonna tell you why. Because okay, I've taken the blame for everything that I'm responsible for in this situation. Probably more than I should have, but I'll take the blame for all of it. Okay. Quincy Brown's got the boy, okay? But the part that I still don't have trust about is when I brought up the fact that there was a puddle of blood in the house, you mentioned a head wound. You didn't even say a damn thing about that. Not a peep, Tisha. You blew right past it. So fill in the blanks for me.
No. What are you talking about, a head wound? I never said to you about any kind of head wound. Now, see, this is where you...
No, you did. You said in the bicycle incident, which you later told me was not true, but you...
I already told you I made that up because you would never believe anything I said.
Okay, so how did the puddle of blood get there? Because it wasn't there before we moved in. So, okay, tell me about the puddle of blood in the corner. No, you said the wall. You said there was something on the wall. Who cares what it was? You cleaned it. I don't know anything about that other than what you said.
We cleaned everything for when Gannon. Okay.
Yeah, and no, you didn't because we haven't talked about this. There was a puddle of blood the size of like one of those paper dinner platter plates. It's significant, and that was on the concrete, which means it had to be significantly bigger and more thicker. Whatever. I can't hear you. Hello? I can't hear you.
You're talking about something.
I'm talking about something. No, it was not already there. Okay, that blood was not already there. How did the blood get there? Okay, it was a significant amount of blood. How did it get there in the corner of Gannon's room, under his bed, which you told me the beds were pushed together? So how did the blood get there?
Are you done yelling at me?
I'm not yelling. How did the blood get there?
You can tell all your little police people that are listening.
Did Quincy Brown bang Gannon's head up against the wall or something? Did he bust Gannon's head open? Did he hit him with a 2x4? What did Quincy do to Gannon? What did he do to Gannon that put blood on the floor?
Because I'm not stupid. I know you have police there. I know you have people there.
You can believe whatever you want, obviously, because I've had so many freaking stories that you believed that were true to tell me, and then you always back off of them. Okay, so you can believe whatever the hell you want to believe. All I believe is what I saw.
Yeah, because that's what you've done.
All I believe is what I saw: blood on the floor in my son's room, and my son is missing. Okay, that's the two things I know. Gannon was hurt in my house.
I don't know. How many times do I have to say this to you? I don't know.
You don't know how he got hurt, okay?
You asked me 15 times the same exact question, and I'm giving you the same exact answer. I don't know. Then you try to turn it, and you try to ask me another way, and then you try to turn around, and you try to say something nice and sweet like you really care, and then you come back and ask me the same question again. And I've given you the same answer. If you're so concerned about...
But you had... No, stop, because you haven't given me the same answer. It's been a different story every time.
You sure aren't your ass to go find him to see what he did to Gannon. You are too busy worrying about something that you think you can solve.
I'm still waiting on the address. You were supposed to give me the address. You were supposed to give me the address from your lawyer's people.
Me.
Yes, because you said they had it.
You had FBI.
Now you're changing your story. You're changing your story. You called the police, not me. I wasn't there. I'll take the blame for not being there, for not protecting you. You called the police. Why did you call the police?
I am.
You call. Actually, no. Stop right there. You called the police and told him he ran away. Not that Quincy Brown took him. What the fuck, Tisha? Answer that for me. You know, without a shadow of a doubt, Quincy Brown, and I believe you, Quincy Brown has my son. This motherfucker from somewhere up north of here, okay? But you called the police and said he ran away. Don't tell me you were freaking out. Okay, no. Don't give me some bullshit. Don't give me some bullshit story, Tisha. Tell me the goddamn truth right now.
Answer. If you're not going to listen to my answer, then why are you talking?
I'm listening. This is it. This is the line in the sand. Quincy Brown got my son, and you told the police he ran away, and there's blood in his room.
Guilty. Why would I call the police?
I said Quincy Brown was guilty. I didn't say you. I said Quincy Brown. Why are you talking about yourself? Why did you say if you were guilty? You told me you weren't the whole time. Why did you say if you were guilty? You said Quincy Brown, and I said Quincy Brown. You keep bringing it back to you, not me. There's no. I said there's blood in the room. Quincy Brown took him. You called the police and said he ran away. Explain all those things to me right now.
Albert,
What?
you calm down. I'm going to answer your question.
Oh, I'm calm. I'm as calm as I can be. I'm calm as I can be.
Because I'm not stupid. Yeah.
I'm not stupid either. You fucking lied to me and you fucking lied to the police. I'm not stupid either. So you better get right.
I told the police when I got there what happened.
Man, you told him he ran away and the whole neighborhood was looking for a runaway for days and days and days. You're lying. You are now lying, and I'm calling you out. You're lying.
That is not true. That is not what happened. When they interviewed me, I told them exactly what happened.
But that's not okay. I don't give a fuck what you said. You told me he was a runaway, so I called, and I cursed the lady out on the recorded line. Told her to get there for my runaway son. Okay, you never once told me Quincy Brown had the boy and there was blood in his room. So you better get it straight right now.
When you stop yelling at me.
When you start telling the truth, tell the truth and I'll stop getting upset. You lying.
I told you the truth.
You are lying, Tisha.
You call me back.
Go ahead and hang up when you call me back when you got the truth. You're fucking lying.
Are you done yelling and cursing at me?
I'm done. Go ahead.
So, for a second, for a minute, I need you to just breathe. Because you're yelling at me. And I can't even answer a question when you're screaming. And every time I go to open my mouth, you're screaming and yelling at me.
Every time there's a lie, I'm going to call you out. So let's go. Let's see.
There's nothing for there to be a lie.
Okay, I'm just going to warn you. I'm firing a warning shot right now. You lie, I'm going to tell you you're lying. Go ahead.
Look, I haven't even said that. You're still running your yap.
All right.
You're still running your yap.
All right, I'm shutting my yap. Go ahead.
Still running your yap. If there was blood in Gannon's room, that would have been already from when he cut his foot. I've already told you that, okay? I told you that his arm, from him getting burned, was bleeding some, and so was his foot. I've already told you that.
Okay, you're lying. You're lying. Stop. That's a lie. Change it again because that's a lie. Here's the game we're going to play. Every time you lie, I'm going to call you out. You can't bleed that much from a burn. You can't bleed that much from a burn. You can't bleed that much from a cut on your foot from a 2x4. I'm not stupid. You're lying. Go ahead. Change it again. You're lying.
Side. You said a plate side.
A dinner plate okay, that's what seeped through, Tisha. That means there was a puddle of blood on the damn carpet to seep through the carpet, an inch of carpet pad, and onto the concrete pad where it looked like it had been sitting there for days, okay? All right, that's what I saw, so tell the fucking truth.
Maybe you should ask the people who were there living, because I never was there and it contaminated the crime scene. Maybe you should ask them.
Tisha, guess what? Guess what?
Bro, get your fucking asses on the contamination.
All right, good.
Who did that? You
So-
tell me who did it.
All right, nice. Guess what? Guess what? You just telling on yourself now. You're worried about you're worried about a damn loophole. You trying to find a loophole, okay? Oh,
Contaminated it.
okay. There's another loophole. All right, there's another loophole.
Contaminated.
All right, there's 3 loopholes already.
Contaminated.
All right.
It sounds funny to me that they left for Texas with a child missing. Maybe they contaminated.
That's fine. Okay, fine. All right. So that's
I like it when I'm talking shit.
Landon, Lena, Veronica, and me. That's 4 loopholes right there. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you to quit lying. You just told on. Hey, between me and you just told on yourself because you just said they contaminated a crime scene is what you said.
No, I said y'all contaminated, meaning y'all put it in there then.
Oh, we put it in there.
Say that back, do you?
Okay.
Do you?
All right. So you see, here you go. Here you go with the spin game. Oh, you were on
Maybe your brother did.
you were on the cut foot and the burnt arm. Now it's a spin game. Okay. All right. Keep going with your spin.
You're the one said you know the answer, so I mean, since you know the fucking answer, I was going to say you what the bullshit you said to me.
Yeah, that's frickin's. It's frickin'. I know what the answer is. It's frickin' Gannon's blood. It's Gannon's blood from a head injury. Now, how did he get a head injury? How did he get a head injury over there in the corner? I mean, you frickin' told on yourself saying you pushed the beds together. You pushed the beds together. We've never pushed the beds together. You're lying.
I've done it. So, let me tell you something, Albert. If you went in somewhere where there was blood and you were allowed to walk in there, maybe you did it.
Oh, maybe I did it, huh?
Because he wasn't allowed anywhere to see this.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You do it.
Wait a minute.
So you just said you walked in somewhere to see it. Did you do it? Because you should, if that was the case, what you're telling me is you shouldn't even have been allowed in there.
Oh. I was in Oklahoma. That's what I got to say. That's my loophole. Okay. You want to try to pin it on me? Go ahead.
You walked in there the other day.
Yeah, I walked in there and saw it after. Hey, you told on yourself because you. Hey.
Then you maybe you could have been in there because you know why?
All right. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Okay.
You in there then.
All right. Hey.
This was the United States, and you should have walked in supposed time thing.
Listen. Calm down.
Did you walk? Did you walk in the room, huh?
What do you think is gonna happen? Hey.
But I'm supposed to walk in there too.
What do you think is gonna happen when they solve this crime? Okay. What do you think?
You supposed to walk in there too, huh?
What do you think? I don't know who.
Me and accuse me of something? When you said you went somewhere, so who the fuck done it? Did she do it?
Just tell. Hey.
That if this was a crime scene, y'all were fucking allowed to be in there.
So, Tisha, okay.
Tell me better than this. Since I know you're pretty smart. Tell me better than this. So you admitted to me that you were allowed to walk into a crime scene.
No, I said I saw it. Don't twist my words. I saw it.
Who else went in there? God,
Okay. You want to know? You want to know who else walked in there? You, Gannon with a head injury, Quincy Brown, and a puddle of blood walked in there. That's who walked in there. So what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen when they find that boy and put all these pieces together? Okay. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen?
If that's what you think.
You can say whatever you want. Okay, maybe this was a freaking accident. Maybe we can fix it. Okay, but the truth don't lie.
Accuse me. No.
I didn't accuse you. I accused Quincy Brown, and maybe there's a part of this that's an accident. Okay, by the
Some head injury to Gannon Jacob Stauch. I don't know about it, or I didn't do it.
or. Why is it an or? Why is it an or? Okay, that's why I don't trust you.
Do it.
No, you didn't say and. You said or.
you're going to do this to me.
Listen, all of this stuff doesn't matter because by the time I saw a puddle of blood on the floor, Gannon was already gone, okay? He was already walking sluggish to the truck, okay? And he's God knows where he is, if he's even alive. And that's what matters. Okay? I'm just
sluggish to the truck?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure he was. Why did you anyways?
To the truck? Really?
Why would he be walking sluggish to the truck? He never does that when he has a tummy accident.
How can you determine sluggish from a video?
The same way you can determine a shadow means somebody's getting out of a truck. Okay, the same bullshit. Okay.
Any different than walking?
You can listen. You claim a shadow. You claim a shadow means Gannon got out the truck. We never saw him. We saw him walking to the truck.
Against Quincy Brown, and you.
Okay, good. I was walking sluggish when I cut my finger. Gannon was walking sluggish after he had a significant head wound with puddle of blood on the floor.
I haven't seen Gannon walk sluggish.
Okay, I'm telling you, he was walking sluggish because he was hurt, and there was a puddle of blood on the floor, and it's probably his blood. I haven't seen no freaking evidence, but I guarantee you it's his blood because it all adds up, Tisha. And he was walking sluggish because of that, just like I was walking sluggish when I cut my finger off. You hit the nail on the head, honey.
I don't even understand. Like, you're talking. See, this is what's not making any sense. You're trying to say that he got hurt, but yeah. I don't even know that he got hurt.
Oh, why? Oh, I'm glad you caught yourself.
Video. So you're saying he got hurt Monday morning?
I'm glad you caught yourself. Yep, I'm glad you caught yourself, though. Hey, listen, let's stop, okay? Because this is going nowhere. We can fix this. No, I want Gannon. I don't want you in trouble. I'm blaming Quincy Brown, okay? I'm blaming freaking Quincy Brown. I want my son.
Just failed to tell me how we were supposed to be backed away in our American dreams. And you started screaming.
No.
In the middle of the wall.
Because of my son. It's my son's blood all over the freaking house. Okay, my son's blood. If it was Harley's blood, you'd be screaming too. You're screaming and it's not even your son.
You saw this blood and it's Gannon.
I'm assuming who else's blood would be on the floor.
Assume.
Okay, good. Yeah, you got me. I'm assuming. I'm making a serious, legitimate assumption, putting all the pieces together that is my son's blood. Layla, hey, is Lena cut up? Are you cut up? Is Harley cut up? No, Gannon's the only one missing and we don't know. So yes, I'm assuming, okay? I'm not cut up. I wasn't even there.
I'm going to tell you this, Albert.
You can tell me whatever you want to. Now is the time when we fix this. Right now, okay?
Okay, and I'm telling you right now. You start coming for 30 seconds and listen.
All right.
Instead of yelling back at me.
All right.
Gannon Stauch was not slugging other than his stomach might have been hurt and his foot. There was nothing wrong with Gannon on Monday morning. He had his switch, was playing his switch, and there was nothing wrong with him.
Okay, fine.
Maybe he was a little tired because the boy stayed up all night with his stomach hurting, which I messaged you about.
Okay, fine.
Maybe he was a little tired for that part of it, but you can't assume that someone's sluggish and hurt on Monday morning. That is not true, okay? Gannon was under my care and was fine. If he'd been sluggish and hurt getting in your truck, there would have been blood in your truck.
Wait.
You tell people all online talking about he was looking like he was drugged. Really? Gannon, drugged. I mean, he takes his medicine. One, okay, his stomach was hurting. Okay, he had a lot of Miralax in his system trying to lean him out.
So you did get, wait, I want to stop you because you said you didn't give him anything. Now you say you did give him something. This whole time you didn't give him anything.
No, you're a fucking liar because I told you I gave it to him on Saturday night.
Okay, maybe. I don't remember that, but now you say you said you doped him up on Miralax.
I already told you this, so don't try to correct me and tell me I'm lying when I know for a fact. Right? He was probably very tired. If you go back and look at your phone, I messaged you up until 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. Because we didn't sleep. I'm sure Lena went to school completely exhausted. So if he walked out maybe a little bit tired, and you saw that, then blame me. Because you know why? We didn't go to sleep.
So now he is tired and sluggish, and a minute ago he wasn't tired and sluggish.
If you think that, then that's why.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to clarify because you said he wasn't, now he is. Okay. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I said if he would have his head injury that you're talking about, okay, he would have had blood in your tongue. Okay? He would have. There would have had to been something done to him. This supposed head injury you're talking about just stopped. Would have just stopped.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree with you.
Okay? Then there would have been blood all over your truck. Okay? That's just how it would have been. It's like, I understand as a father, you are freaked out. Okay? I understand at this point, you're going to cuss out the world because it's about your child. I understand that. When I thought Harley was off on that freaking cruise boat, I felt that sun sticks out. I understand what you're saying when it comes to mode, attack mode, protect mode, attack mode. Okay? But you want to know how do we get back to that? Then you have to believe that when Gannon Stauch left that house that day, he was not in any shape or form, had been bleeding, hurt, nothing, other than him hurting his foot, okay, his stomach hurting. And you know what? I was going to leave him at home.
Wait, what about the burns?
Okay, you already knew this.
Okay, well, you said, I'm just clarifying because you said in any way, shape, or form, and he had burns on his arms. Okay, this is my baby boy now we're talking about.
Yes, you said his head. I'm trying to clarify his.
All right, so I got you. All right, I got you. He didn't leave the house with he didn't leave the house with a head injury. All right. So did you bring him back and then he got a head injury, or did you bring him back with a head injury? Okay. Then he ran away. Did he run away, or did Quincy Brown take him with a head injury? Okay. What version of that is the truth? Because the boy was bleeding in the house. So where did the blood come from?
Albert, I'm going to tell you once again.
All right.
You can say all you want to with these assumptions that you have. Okay? Gannon has already been bleeding from his foot. Okay? I had already cleaned it up outside.
Did he bleed in that corner? Did he bleed in the corner of the room? Okay, I'm sorry.
Can I talk?
Okay, go ahead.
He had already been bleeding from his foot. We had at that point in time fixed the room. The only reason I put the room, cleaned it up, or whatever, was because later on I did that before you got there.
So you cleaned up the room before I got there? Okay.
And listen to me. As far as making the thing back up, fixing his Legos back right, I did that.
Cleaning the wall, right? Cleaning the wall, right? That was part of the cleanup?
Cleaning the wall.
You said...
Gannon and I had already done that.
Okay, I'm just trying to put the timeline together.
You're talking about cleaning something prior. Like, it was prior to what you're even talking about.
Okay.
This is what you're not understanding.
Well, I'm trying to understand because you told me you cleaned up the rape scene in his room initially, and now,
Yes, my clothing, and I've already told you that.
Okay.
Okay? I've already told you this, Albert.
What about the corner where the blood was? Did you clean that up too? Okay, was that part of the cleanup? And that's fine if that was part of the rape cleanup. I mean, but was that part of the cleanup?
Okay, now you're trying to go up.
No, I'm trying to understand all of this. You never told me the rape wasn't true and the bang in your head wasn't true. You told me the bicycle wasn't true. You didn't tell me this part wasn't true. So did you clean up the corner too? Was that part of the cleanup? Because that's where the blood was. And like I said, that all adds up to an accident to me, and that Quincy Brown is responsible. Okay. And that you just got scared and freaked out. Or was it your blood from when you banged your head? I mean, what happened? What happened in that?
Gannon's blood.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm assuming it's his, but if you banged your head that hard to pass out, you probably were bleeding too. Maybe you fell into the corner because the beds were pushed together. I don't know. All right, I'm just trying to understand. And then you cleaned it up, and that was part of the cleanup that you talked about. Just explain to me what's going on here.
It is embarrassing to explain to you, Albert. It's embarrassing.
It's me. It should be embarrassing to me, babe.
It's not, but don't call me babe, because you don't really want me as a babe. You're not trying to be loving to me.
I'm trying to find out what happened to my son. Everything else is part of the situation after we find Gannon. Whatever we decide at that point.
What's in Gannon's blood?
In the corner.
Wherever it would have been on the roof.
Okay, keep going. I'm gonna shut up because this is freaking me out.
Don't even start with all freaking me out like you care.
I care if it's. I don't want nobody to bleed. What are you talking about? So you cleaned up your blood and Gannon's blood in the corner? Why didn't you tell me that?
I did. You just said I told you about the cleanup part and whatever about it. Mia, just like, it doesn't matter what I told you. You think it's funny. You just want to laugh at me. That's what you want to do.
I don't want to laugh. I don't want to. No, I want to know where my son is and what happened. How did your blood get there, and how did Gannon's blood get there?
Listen to
Okay,
me.
I'm listening.
I've already told investigators that.
Okay, all right. Well, tell me, because I don't know.
You went on this no. If they let you in on this supposed crime scene that you shouldn't have even been on if it was a crime scene, then they probably let you in on everything. Okay, or they did things illegally, whatever they did. My point is, it is embarrassing to tell you that. Okay? Embarrassing. Okay? Because you know why? You're not going to take my side, so what does it matter?
I am going to take your side. I'm
trying to put me on trial. Have you been in the car to go find this dude, or have you put me on trial?
Listen, you told me you were getting the address or the phone number or something from the attorney's assistant. Okay?
The reporter's got to do a whole report on it.
Okay, so why can't I have the address and go there and...
It's supposed to be on the TV in a minute.
Okay, so I can't do anything because I got to wait for the TV report, the breaking news story, when you have the information? Come on.
You don't got to wait for the breaking news report.
Listen. Hey, back up.
You're trying with Amber, she's protecting you.
No, all I know is from a voice on the phone. Listen, what I want is what I told you I wanted initially. I want our 5 people in our family, 2 dogs, Christmas presents. Yes, that's what I want, okay? And if this was, I'm just talking about, that's the last time we were all together, happy, enjoying that I could think of that was great.
What could pick up?
I'm just talking about good times in our life.
Hey,
I said that's the last thing I can think of, presents. What?
that starts with you. That starts with you saying, I want my wife and my daughter here and Lena here, and we're going to sit down and we're going to all find Gannon.
Right, and we can fix this. Yes, our family can fix this, all 5 of us. Okay, maybe it was an accident, I don't know. Okay, all 5 of us can fix this.
Talk to Lena. That's how sorry that shit was. Sorry. That's how sorry that shit was. You could right now fix this. You could right now say, listen, my wife, my child, and my child, we're all going to be in this one location because our home has been taken over. And we're going to write it down. If we have to wake up every morning and write down any new detail as we are pursuing this person.
Okay, and that's what I'm trying to do.
With you.
And that's what I'm doing with you. I'm writing down every detail. This adds up to an accident, a Quincy Brown. No.
Not about your...
You said we can get together, write down every detail. We're on the phone together, Tisha. We can write down these details.
the only way you want to do it, right?
I offered you a meeting. I offered you a meeting.
A meeting?
Yes.
Okay, make up your mind. 1 minute you offer me a meeting. Next minute you said, how do we have our lives back the way?
All right, and I also told you it starts with the truth, okay? You still haven't told me. Oh, yes, okay. How did the blood get in the corner? Your blood and Gannon's blood. How did it get there? That's the truth that we need, okay? How did it get there?
It doesn't matter what I tell you. You're going to call me a liar.
No, just tell me what the truth is. That it does matter.
I tell you, you're going to call me a liar.
Tell me the truth, and I won't call you a liar.
I told you.
Okay.
You're going to call me a liar. I could tell you that I freaking got hit with a baseball bat, and you would still be like, you're lying, and it'd be true.
Listen.
I told you that I could tell you that somebody was trying to stick something in my asshole, and Gannon's asshole, and you would tell me I was telling a lie. You wouldn't care.
Actually, I would. If you told me the truth, I would absolutely care. Because if you got hit with a baseball bat, we wouldn't be talking right now. Okay? So that's why I just need the truth of how did the blood get there. Now we've established it's Gannon's blood.
I just told you, didn't I?
Tell me again. You didn't tell me. You said if I told you this or if I told you that. You didn't tell me anything.
If you are all over the place, that you're that blind, if you're that blind to it, then that's on you.
So somebody hit Gannon with a baseball bat. Somebody hit Gannon with a baseball bat and then molested both of y'all. So so it's blood from his butt?
Talk with a baseball bat, like use it as an example how you wouldn't believe nothing I said.
So somebody raped and molested both of y'all. And that's blood from his butt is what you're telling me. And blood from your butt.
I'm telling you anything because I'm not going to relive it.
Well, Gannon's out there hopefully reliving it every day. I hope he's out there living.
That he's not, because you know why?
You hoping he's not living? You're hoping he's not living? I said I hope he's out there living.
Living every day. Oh my God! You just see?
No.
See what you did?
Yeah, I saw what I did. I took what you said.
He's not. I said I hope he's not living it every day, like as in living through someone hurting him. And you took that as me saying something different.
Why? But why are you so worried? Somebody did something to you and Gannon, this Quincy Brown guy. You're not going to be in trouble. You're not going to be in trouble. But you're talking about contaminated crime scenes, but I'm not telling you you're going to be in trouble. I don't even know. Okay? You're worried about all this stuff. No. You're worried about immunity. You're worried about contaminated crime scenes, but you didn't do anything.
I'm telling you, you didn't like that I came back with you when you said something like that.
No, you can come back with whatever you want, okay? It's not a competition. It's not a competition. Actually, it is a competition to find that boy. I can't hear you.
It's the Constitution.
What Constitution? I can't hear you.
It's the law. If someone deems something a crime scene, there's not a person is allowed to be in there breathing, walking, anything.
But why are you worried about that? Why are you worried about that? You're not on trial here.
Like when I come at you with the truth.
No, you're not on trial here. No, the truth is, well, how did the blood get there? Tell me, okay?
Oh, you're asking me again.
How did the blood get there? I'm not saying it's your fault. Listen.
Same question fucking 15 times.
Because you won't tell me. So I want you to acknowledge for me that if what you're saying is true, I don't know the Constitution like you do. Okay, you went to law school and all that stuff, right? So if the police allowed somebody to go in there, that's the police's fault. Okay, that's not my fault. It's not your fault.
No. Do you ever let people talk and answer you?
Yes.
This is why you should have been, this is why I told you all the time, you should have been a lawyer.
Right, okay.
You asked him, look, he's like, get me now, in my ear when I'm trying to tell him. You would not let someone answer you for nothing. Like, you sit there at work and let people dog your ass, but you would talk shit to me.
No, I'm not talking shit. I'm asking you for the truth.
It doesn't even make any sense to me. You won't even, protect us in freaking Burger King, but you'll talk shit to me.
I'm not talking shit. I want my family. I want my son. He was bleeding when he left the house. You told me that. You told me he was bleeding. You told me. You told me he was bleeding when he left the house. You just told me that. There's blood all over the floor, and he left with Quincy Brown.
Went.
I didn't ask you that.
I know that I'm getting messages. I know that I'm getting whatever saying something about money. I sent it to you. You didn't acknowledge that, did you?
I did acknowledge that.
Fucking me.
But you gotta understand.
There's no but.
Okay, fine.
You believed 100%. Believed 100% that I did not hurt Gannon Stauch. You would not be interrogating me like you're a police officer.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, but I'm gonna go over you exactly what I know from what you told me. I'm going over it. You called 911. You reported a missing child. Okay. Then when I got home, no, you called. Let me rephrase that because you said he was a runaway. You said he left, and the cameras prove he didn't.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
The police said
You said that. You told me he went to a friend's house. You told me that. Okay. He went to a friend's house and didn't come home. All right. You told me that.
he was hiding.
Okay. Then you changed the story to the cops and to me and everybody.
He was hiding.
Okay. Fast forward. Then I see blood. Now you've confirmed you also saw blood. Okay? And then I ask you to tell me the truth over and over and over again, and you don't. Then I even offer I can help you fix it. It could be an accident. Quincy Brown could be at fault. I can be at fault. Okay? But you just keep going down this road. And how do you expect me? How do you expect me not to blame myself because my son's missing and nobody can find the truth and it's in my household? Okay? How do you expect me
to tell you, like, what do you want me to tell you?
where the blood came from and how it got there? That's what I want to know. You did not.
You keep saying it 15 times.
You didn't say how it got. Or you didn't say how it got there.
You believed. Come on.
What? Say what?
If you get hurt, you bleed.
Okay. How you got hurt?
Common sense.
You got hurt and you bled and you and Gannon bled in the same puddle. There was one puddle, not two. There was one puddle. So you sat back to back and bled together? Is that what happened?
No, that's not what happened.
Well, then,
that's where you go again about interrogating.
I'm not. I'm trying to put together what happened to my son and my wife. So tell me, where's the second puddle of blood if you were both hurt equally? And you remember all of that now? Okay.
So I'm sitting back here as you try to put words in my mouth.
I'm not. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. Well, tell me what happened then. Tell me where the blood came from. How it got there. Tell me.
I can only go on what I heard.
Okay. Tell me what you heard then.
I told you I am not. Until you guys can stop trying to make me to be the criminal when I'm not.
I'm not. I told you I'm taking blame for it. No, let's clarify. Let's clarify.
You got mad and
Let's clarify.
guilty for asking to clear your name.
Let's clarify.
Be stupid enough to clarify to you.
Because I'm not blaming you.
That's saying that I'm clear.
Not
a criminal. I did.
Okay, you're right. You're not a criminal for hearing things. Nobody is. So what did you hear?
Testify.
What did you hear?
I did.
Testify to your husband about this. Our son. Our son is missing.
You did just say that. You won't even let your wife and daughter and your other daughter be with you right now.
Because you won't tell me the truth.
You worried about family?
Just tell me what you heard, please.
Yeah, but you better believe Lena was with you. But yeah, Harley's supposed to be your daughter too, right?
You took Harley.
Wait, right?
I want my family. You and Harley chose to leave, and I never asked you to leave. Okay, I wanted it the whole time.
If she was trying to worry about you, she was about you wanting to pay her car payment. You changed clothes on her. Why?
Because I had to do that because I'm responsible for it. Yes, okay, but that doesn't matter right now. You can make the car payment all you want to. That doesn't matter right now. Listen.
But you want your family, right?
I can't hear you.
I said you want your family, right?
Yes, I do.
Do you want your family?
I do.
17-year-old who worked their fucking ass off to pay for the car?
Okay, and I worked my ass off to be able to finance the car for her, okay? But you need to tell me what you heard. Because that...
But then you should have gave her the option to get it back herself and finance it.
She can get it back whenever they release it. She can get it back whenever they release it.
Situation.
All right, you said earlier, listen.
And Cam would have treated her in that situation.
Yes, exactly. And a father, hey, don't tell me how a father is supposed to feel. You're talking about what you said is most important to you, which is things. You said that. Items. Okay? I'm talking about what's most important to me. What's most important to a father is his son. The most important thing to a father is his children. I want my son back, and you have the information, and you won't give it to me. You won't tell me what you freaking heard when he was bleeding to death.
You said the most important thing to you is your son.
And my son, my children. I said that, my children. My son is missing right now. My 2 daughters are not missing. My 2 daughters are not missing.
Talk to her and said, listen.
Lena is safe and sound. Harley is safe and sound.
They need love and care.
Okay.
Just said you put Lane in the bed last night.
Right. Where's Harley at?
You wouldn't let us come.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. You won't tell me where she's at to protect her and keep her safe. She wouldn't tell me that. Tell me
Albert,
what you heard.
Albert, can I come and say?
Listen. You're worried about you now. You're worried about you. This is about Gannon. Gannon's bleeding to death, and you heard it.
Gannon's missing and you want to do something.
No, Gannon's...
with the motherfucking FBI, but you ain't.
I'm on the phone with you. You want togetherness, I'm giving you that, okay? You said Gannon's bleeding.
Fucking FBI on the phone.
You said Gannon's bleeding, and...
Make this a priority then. You want your family? And you mean that? You're not trying to be at a got to throw me under the bus?
All right, you want to get the FBI on the phone and tell them what you heard? I'll call that lady right now. And tell them you have the key piece of evidence. Amber, I'll call that Amber lady and tell her you have the key piece of evidence that they're missing. What?
Call her on that three-way then.
Call her on 3-way? All right, I gotta go to my message and look up the number. Well, you can read the number to me. Hold on.
What did she say when you called her?
What?
What did she say when you called her?
She said that you hadn't that.
Was over this. So I'm trying to understand why FBI needs to call her.
I don't know. Okay, no. I am telling you. She reached out to me and said, "I'm with the FBI. How can I help you?" That's what she said. We're to the point now where the FBI is involved, so if somebody's saying they can help me, then they can help me, and that's what I want. So I reached back out to her. You didn't message her. You lied to me.
Yes, I did. I'll send you the message right now.
All right, I'm gonna add her on the call right now. You ready? And you better tell her what you goddamn heard, Tisha, about that boy bleeding to death. All right, I'm adding the call. Hold on, right now. 719 240 2516. All right, 3-way is starting. Don't go nowhere.
This is Amber.
Amber, hey, this is Al again. I got Tisha on the other line. Can I merge you in? Tisha, are you there? Tisha, are you there? Tisha.
Yes, I'm here.
Amber, are you there?
I'm here. This is Amber.
Okay, Amber, Tisha, tell Amber whatever it is you got to say about what you heard when Gannon was bleeding to death. Because that's what you've been telling me.
I did tell you, because Quincy was beating him up and hurting him. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you said Quincy was beating him up and hurting him? Yes. And what I was just telling, I've been telling everybody this for days. Mm-hmm. So maybe, because obviously I am FBI and not El Paso County, I'd like for you to kind of go through this story with me. I know it's awkward. I know it's weird. I know it's hard to talk to strangers, telling strangers things like this. But I mean, every detail helps us. That's why we try to ask you as many questions as we possibly can. So I'm sorry that you're going to have to go through it. Many times talk to different people, and no one has ever tried to help me. I haven't tried to not tell you anything in the FBI. There were 3 people already called. Okay. Well, and I'm sorry that, here I am. I'm another person. I'm talking to you. I'm making you live something again. And I know it's a very personal situation, but I want to get as much information as I can from you, because every detail does matter and it counts. So, I mean, I'd like you to... Let me just call you back. Can I call you back? I don't have a phone. I'm going to walk and get someone's phone. Because I have credits off of working, so that if it's going to be a long conversation. Okay. Is it that same number? Because I text that 719 number that he gave me. Well, the 719-240-2516 that you guys just called me on is a cell phone. So, and I didn't receive any text messages. Okay. Because I'm on this text app because they took my phone. You just give me a minute. I'm going to walk and grab another phone and call you right back, okay? Okay.
Are we going to do a 3-way again or what?
Hello?
Tisha. Okay, she hung up.
How are we all feeling? Are your ears bleeding yet? Or do you have a headache? I mean, this woman is just so difficult to listen to for even a couple of minutes. And believe it or not, there's a bit more to go yet, but that's for another episode, and we're just going to take a minute to break down this call. Again, I think we can all say that what stands out immediately in this particular phone call isn't grief, it isn't fear, it isn't concern for Gannon, it's resentment. From the very first few minutes, Letecia pivots the conversation toward her own suffering. Again. Her missing diamond ring, the Christmas gifts she bought, the clothes she purchased for the kids. She isn't talking about a missing child. She's talking about material inconveniences and how underappreciated she feels. This is a hallmark of Letecia's behaviour throughout the case. When confronted with stress, she jumps right into self-pity and self-protection rather than empathy. Instead of acknowledging the crisis, she lists everything she's done, everything she's bought, every sacrifice she claims that she's made, as if she's trying to build a defence for motherhood, rather than express concern for a missing boy. And then quickly, her anger shifts to jealousy. As soon as Letecia mentions Landon, she boils over. She is furious that Landon's family were in the Stauch home. She complains that they moved her belongings, touched her things, disrupted her space. For most people, this would be the least important issue imaginable during a missing child investigation, but for Letecia, it becomes the main focus. This is where you really hear that jealousy rising. She was literally quite obsessed with Landon. Instead of supporting a devastated father and working together to find Gannon, she launches into these attacks. Landon's a terrible mother. Landon's still on drugs. Landon's family shouldn't be there. Everybody's a bitch. And Al, in her eyes, is stupid for letting any of it happen. Rather than express worry for Gannon's welfare, she expresses worry for her own status. In psychological terms, this is classic narcissistic displacement. When a narcissistic-leaning individual feels cornered, they redirect attention away from the real issue and toward perceived slights. Jealousy, insults, territory violations, anything that keeps the conversation centred on them and their grievances instead of the uncomfortable truth. Again, she positions herself as the victim. She is the one whose diamond ring is missing. She is the one whose generosity is overlooked. She is the one disrespected by Landon's family. She is the one that Al has supposedly betrayed. And throughout the call, she uses emotional manipulation to maintain that control that she wants. She insults, guilt trips, shifts blame, and escalates trivial issues into full-scale accusations. All tactics designed to derail Al's questioning and destabilise him emotionally. What we're hearing isn't a woman trying to help find a missing child. It's a woman defending her own ego, attacking the competition as she sees it, and doubling down on resentment, because in Letecia's world, the narrative always has to revolve around her. As the call continues, Letecia's priorities become even clearer and even more disconnected from the reality of a missing child investigation. Instead of addressing Al's questions about Gannon, she goes on this long, meandering rant about Landon's family. She complains that when she needed help, when she needed support or a babysitter, Landon's relatives were nowhere to be found. Yet now something terrible has happened, they're suddenly present in the home. But again, notice where the focus is. Not on why they're there, not on the fact that Gannon's missing, their family member is missing, but on the fact that their presence inconveniences her. She argues that Al should have made Landon and family stay in a hotel, that only blood relatives should be allowed in the house. She even says everyone who isn't blood related should have been made to leave, conveniently forgetting that she, herself, isn't a blood relative either. It's another example of Letecia speaking from pure emotion rather than logic. Next, she takes a calculated swipe at Al through his father. She tells Al she never once claimed she didn't trust him around her child, Harley, knowing full well that Al's father had a history of abuse. It's a low blow, and it's framed as though she's the morally superior one. But then Al reveals the truth. Letecia had previously said she didn't trust him around Harley or the children. She had said it more than once. And like clockwork, she instantly shifts the blame. Suddenly, Al was drunk. Landon was drunk. Landon was manipulating her, trying to turn her against Al. Everyone else is responsible for Letecia's words. Everyone except Letecia. This is classic Letecia Stauch behaviour. She denies, she deflects, and when corrected, she rewrites history on the spot. But the most interesting moment comes when Al asks about the dinner plate-sized puddle of blood on the concrete floor of Gannon's room. Evidence that should have elicited shock, concern, or fear. Instead, Letecia completely spirals. She accuses Al of yelling at her, even though, to be fair, given the circumstances, his voice is quite calm, if you ask me. She complains about his little police people that are listening, not realising investigators are listening in for exactly this reason. She becomes paranoid, focused entirely on imagined surveillance and supposed yelling, and she never actually answers a question. Not once. This is the pattern throughout every pretext call. When confronted with evidence, Letecia doesn't explain. She evades. She attacks. She becomes defensive and paranoid. She shifts blame onto everyone else. And most importantly, she never, ever gives a straight answer. Her behaviour isn't that of a terrified stepmother searching for a missing child. It's the behaviour of someone who's afraid of the truth being exposed and who is now desperately trying to talk around every question that gets too close. From here, Al tells Letecia that he saw the blood puddle himself, and instantly, without missing a beat, she does something that shows exactly how her mind works under pressure. She asks him if he did it, if he hurt Gannon. She accuses him over the phone, knowing full well he was hundreds of miles away, on training, not even in the same state when Gannon went missing. It's something she does repeatedly throughout the calls. The moment she's confronted with evidence she can't explain, she tries to hand that guilt back to the person asking the question. It's reactive, it's sloppy, and it's panic-driven. Immediately after accusing Al, she then starts ranting about how Gannon's bedroom was a crime scene and how Landon, Veronica, and even Al were all supposedly allowed to walk freely through a crime scene. She's trying to make the situation sound chaotic, unfair, and improperly handled to delegitimise the investigation. Then she flips again and starts screaming about Al accusing her right after she literally just accused him. That is classic Davo. Deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. You can hear it happening in real time there. She calls Al a fucking liar. She contradicts her own earlier statements about whether she gave Gannon medication that morning or whether she didn't. She can't keep track of what lie she told last. And then bizarrely, she complains that Al isn't being loving to her during all of this, as if he should be comforting her while he's desperately trying to find his missing child. Then she tells him he should have gotten in his car and driven to go and track down Quincy Brown himself if he was that bothered about any of this. She pushes this fantasy narrative so hard because she's trying to keep Al chasing shadows, not focusing on the evidence he just brought up. The blood, the injuries, the inconsistencies, her timeline. And then comes one of the most revealing, but possibly anticipated moments. When Amber Cronin from the FBI joins the three-way call, suddenly Letecia needs to get another phone and says she'll call right back. She hangs up, and surprise, she doesn't call right back. This behaviour points to a few key possibilities. She panics when someone in authority enters the conversation. So she can manipulate Al, she can yell over him, guilt trip him, gaslight him, cry, swear, accuse him, whatever works in the moment. But the FBI? The moment a trained interviewer enters the call, her control completely evaporates. And she knows that. She feels it. She could be trying to buy time to think. Every question she avoids is because she doesn't yet have a lie prepared that fits with her other lies, if, indeed, she can even remember what those previous lies were. The stories contradict each other so often that she needs time to mentally shuffle her narrative back into place. She could be terrified of being recorded without her performance persona. I mean, Letecia adapts herself to whoever she's speaking to. With Al, she plays emotional, helpless, misunderstood, angry. With law enforcement, she tries to play overly confident, overly cooperative, overly innocent, a bit aggrieved that she has to keep repeating the same things. Why is nobody doing anything? Because she's already told them all this. But on the three-way call, she loses control of the audience. She can't tailor the act. She can't talk over a federal agent. She can't redirect the conversation with random rambling. She can't be the personality she needs to be for Al and Amber Cronin at the same time. So she flees the call. She could have been testing whether Al would prioritise her over the FBI. By leaving abruptly, she kind of puts him in a position where he potentially needs to chase her for the conversation to continue. It's another way to maintain dominance, even while falling apart. Letecia's behaviour in these recorded phone calls isn't just chaotic, it's actually strategic chaos. When you zoom out, several patterns become clear. We know that she weaponises confusion on purpose. Most people try to clarify themselves when they're misunderstood, but Letecia does the opposite. The moment someone starts piecing things together, she adds more contradictions. She changes yes to no, changes timelines, changes details, changes what she supposedly said earlier. Confusion, for her, is a shield. If she can keep the timeline muddy, she delays anyone reaching a conclusion. This is a classic manipulative tactic. If I don't give you a stable story, you can't pin me down. She tries to emotionally exhaust the listener. These calls are long, don't we all know it, because she talks in circles for ages. She raises her voice, cries, switches tones, and brings up irrelevant topics deliberately. Sometimes it sounds like she's deliberately trying to affect the sound of the call, like she's trying to make herself purposely sound muffled, or maybe talking with the phone at a bit of a distance. It's all very strange, but it does seem to be deliberate. People like Letecia rely on emotional fatigue. If she can overwhelm Al, she hopes that he'll stop asking questions, accept her version just to stop the arguing, or feel guilty for ever doubting her. She treats the call like a battle of stamina, not truth. Letecia also mimics the language of law enforcement to try and look informed. You'll notice that she throws around words like crime scene, evidence, investigation, agenda, but she doesn't really use them correctly. She just chucks them out there. If an FBI agent asked me what I'd been doing on a particular day, I wouldn't be saying, oh, well, my agenda was. I'd just be telling her what I was doing on the day, just quite normally, like I'm talking now. I got up at 6 o'clock. I made 2 slices of toast for breakfast. I had 3 cups of tea. There'd be no agenda. Agenda wouldn't be a word that came into it. It seems quite abnormal in this context. But this is performance, not knowledge. And Letecia thinks that using this kind of terminology makes her sound credible or smarter than the investigators. Instead, it highlights to everyone how little she actually understands and how threatened she feels by their involvement. She becomes paranoid when she's confronted with real evidence, and her paranoia spikes whenever something concrete is mentioned. Blood, timelines, witnesses, the state of Gannon's room, the fact that Al saw the blood himself. And that's when she shifts into, they're watching me, someone's listening, people are setting me up, everyone's against me, I'm being yelled at, who are me, yada yada bloody yada. This isn't fear of being falsely accused, it's fear of being caught, and subconsciously, she knows the evidence contradicts her story. We know by now that she accuses others of the very things that she's doing. When she accuses Al of causing the blood, or lying, or creating a crime scene, she's projecting. She constantly flips the blame because she can't tolerate accountability. This is why she's constantly accusing, deflecting, spinning, attacking, and reversing victimhood. It's not random, it's patterned, and I would think by now that you all are starting to see those patterns within these calls. Letecia really enjoys testing boundaries at every opportunity. It's almost like she can't quite help herself. Every time Al doesn't immediately challenge her, she pushes further. More accusations, more contradictions, more emotional manipulation, more fantastical explanations, Quincy Brown, strangers breaking in, etc. She treats conversations like trial runs. Like if one lie doesn't land, she just abandons it and then tries a new one. If Al reacts too strongly, she switches tactics. She's improvising in real time. When she loses power in the conversation, she just ends it. The moment Amber Cronin from the FBI joins the call, Letecia can no longer control the narrative, dominate the conversation, talk over everybody, guilt trip or manipulate the listener, or steer the topic away from the evidence. So she exits immediately. No hesitation. People who believe their own innocence don't run when the FBI gets on the line, especially when their child is missing. She views the investigation as a performance rather than a process. She doesn't behave like somebody desperately trying to help find a missing child. That much is obvious and has been for some time. She behaves like somebody trying to manage how she appears during a crisis. And this now is also all too obvious. Her focus is how she sounds, whether she looks blamed, whether investigators see her as the victim, and how she can shift guilt onto others. And that is all image control. It's totally the opposite, really, of truth-seeking. And also, her false certainty is a mask for panic. When she gets loud, she's trying to cover her fear. When she gets overly confident, she's trying to cover cracks in her story. When she accuses others, she's trying to cover guilt. When she plays the victim, she's trying to cover loss of control. The behaviour shifts are so rapid because she's not grounded in reality. She's grounded in whatever emotion gives her the most power in that second. And we listen to these calls and I think we all kind of want to say, wow, this woman is absolutely off her rocker. She is insane. But again, that's something for a future video. Now, my friends, this has been a lot today, and there's still 2 calls left from the 15th, believe it or not, but I'm not going to subject you or myself to them in this video. I think we all probably need to lie down or get a stiff drink by this point. Just imagine, though, having to deal with this when your child is missing. Regardless what your personal views about Al or Landon may be, just pop yourself in Al's position at this precise moment in time. I don't think I could actually get through these calls the way that Al has. It's incredible that he managed to keep this up, to keep Letecia talking, because I would have absolutely lost my shit. I do apologise for swearing. It's just beyond exhausting. So in the next video, we're going to continue with the next 2 calls, and then we're going to move on to the 16th of February. As always, please do pop any thoughts or opinions down in the comments section. I love to see all the different perspectives that you guys have as far as this case is concerned, and I do read every single one. Please do take a second to like, subscribe and leave a comment. It genuinely helps more than you know. It's completely free, but it is one of the best ways to support the channel and keep these deep dive cases coming. So if you enjoyed this video or learned something new, hype it up, share it, comment your thoughts and let YouTube know that this one is worth watching. And if you know anyone else who's into true crime, please share the video or even share the channel with them. Word of mouth is powerful and your support really does help this community grow. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next instalment in this deep dive series, because things are about to get even weirder. Thank you all so much for watching, for keeping Gannon's memory alive, and for continuing to be part of this journey with me. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, stay curious, stay kind, and take care of yourselves. I've been Fiona, and this has been Case Continued.